surprised if they were like, no, this is the miss. This
No,
is
it's
too
like
crazy.
one of the best selling Taco Tuesday specials I did back when I was doing them at LP was like a jerk chicken taco with a coconut cream rice and a pineapple pico de gallo.
Fuck yes.
We sold out, and everybody was like, "You should put this on the menu, like all the time, because I want it." And it's like we could, but it's kind of a lot of particular things to make for one menu item. Like if we had other things that we served with like a coconut rice.
I was gonna say, I feel like it depends entirely on like how well it synergizes with the rest of the menu.
Wait, we're live and this is what we're talking about.
Hell yeah, dude.
Are we live? Hello.
We did just go live. I know we're still missing Kingdom. He's gonna be a little bit late. We're gonna be down a Gale and a Flick today. But you guys can continue to puppet them if you need them. Because I'm not rebalancing shit. Yeah. When we left off last week, you guys had started to explore the fortress hidden inside the center of the Wandering Sun, where Anton had escaped in sort of his wispy elemental form. As you started to explore, one of the first rooms that you stumbled across appeared to be the bedchambers of this bizarre kind of water elemental looking lady who introduced herself as some sort of a seer or diviner who had predicted a long time ago that Nordo would be cataclysmic, that he would cause the downfall of what she perceived to be their beautiful society that they had built, and as a result had kind of set everything in motion, sending the raiding party down to Melnoa, eventually having his father killed. And she put up one last fight when you guys entered, but was eventually slain. You guys had also learned that the healing water pools, or the healing water from the pool, could be used to get a little bit of rejuvenation, a short rest. And that's kind of right where we left off, is right as that fight ended. You guys were deciding whether or not to drink the water now or save it. And also, you had checked the body and discovered that her sword and her shield were both in pretty good condition. They appeared to be magical. Voss, you can see that they ring up. And we're deciding whether to identify them now or save it for later.
I think we should identify them now.
Agree.
Do we all need to drink
I
water
think,
at the same time?
No, you could theoretically like bottle it up and do it whenever you need it.
I think
have
we
them
had
in-
each
yeah.
taken a bottle of it, but I
Yeah, I
remember
gave
there
them
being
vials.
it was only good for a certain time after it had been bottled.
24 hours.
24 hours, yeah.
Yep. The water's good for 24 hours, and you can only drink it and benefit from it once per long rest.
Yeah. And I remember I saved mine because I topped off on healing just from, I believe it was Moat's lay on hand.
Yeah.
I think you used yours because I remember you saying save your lay on hands.
Yeah,
then
you
used your
did.
to
Oh yeah,
heal yourself.
that was right, because I used all my hit dice. Or I used I used my key to do the quickened healing, and then I got my key back. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used mine because mana's always good.
Yeah, and you get kind of weird when you don't have mana.
Oh, there were weird things going on.
You're not you when you're mana deprived.
Running low.
Hungry.
Hungry. Yeah. Hungry.
Hungry.
Would you like to start walking around in case we disconnected the crystal?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you discovered that when you did disconnect the crystal, there was kind of a flickering of power. Some of the arcane lamps throughout the building flickered for a moment, and you could feel that a surge of magical energy that was being diverted into this pool is no longer being used to power this pool. It has been kind of redistributed elsewhere.
Right. There are other rooms here. If we can disconnect other power sources, we might be able to get the teleportation pad going. I'm gonna start identifying this while we walk around so we can walk and talk. And I'm gonna use actual spell slots, so it's just a minute each.
Okay, yeah. Okay, perfect. I was going to say ritual's hard to do while moving. Casting a spell, totally fine while moving.
I thought identify was only an action. As
1 minute.
It's a minute if you do a spell slot.
Oh.
Okay, excellent. Which one are you starting with?
Which one do you prefer? I think people are more interested in the sword. But
me.
these are probably like attunement, so it doesn't matter.
Worth seeing.
Yeah. Let's use the sword first, I guess.
All right, excellent. As you begin working on the spellcast for Identify,
Yeah, where are we headed?
where are y'all headed?
Can I make another check since I still have Anton Hunter's marked?
Yes. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check with advantage.
Can I just raw wisdom, or should I do like perception?
I feel like it would be raw wisdom. I mean, you could give me perception. I'm just going to flat out tell you there are no like physical signs that you could see to determine where he went. But because of the hunter's mark, you might be able to get a magical sense for it. Kind of a combination of that and your ranger ping.
Okay, well, with perception, I get advantage also, and it's expertise. So if it's going to be something different, I can roll something different.
Sure. Go and do both, and we'll see what happens.
Excellent.
No proficiency for the wisdom check.
Yep. Yeah, just spellcasting.
So I looked up casting spells that are more than one action.
Yeah.
And basically, I spend my action every turn and concentrate. That's
Yep.
about it.
Yeah. Let's see. With perception check, you're very confident that he isn't in here, and also you don't really see any signs that he has been in here recently. You've noticed as he's moved around in this strange form that there's a pretty obvious blustering of wind, and a lot of the water in here doesn't look like it has been sprayed around very much. There are some footprints that are largely undisturbed, and then obviously lots of signs from the battle that you were just in. But you can at least rule out that he's not in here and hasn't been in here. And looking out in the hall, you can kind of get the same vibe that he's not out there. With your wisdom check, though, that's a very good wisdom check. You do get the sense that your hunter's mark is still active, it is still somewhat nearby, and it seems to be above you, pretty far above you.
Like outside of the balloon.
21. 21.
Like when you say far above you, I guess even if it's just general, does it feel like it's like above the wandering sun, or does it seem like it's still close to the wandering
it's
sun?
definitely at least outside of this fortress. You imagine it is, well, 21. It's a little hard to say, but it's definitely not within like the next 2 floors of this building. It's pretty high up. It's taller, you think, than the building you're in. But with a 21, a little hard to tell whether it's inside or outside of the balloon.
Gotcha.
You kind of move back and forth a couple times to do that, the trick to see how far it moves relative to your new position. And it's a little bit hard to determine.
All right. I guess we keep heading forward. I'll keep a lookout for anything unusual. Just keep my eyes sharp.
Excellent. Sounds good. You guys
Traps
had
and
done
whatnot.
just a little bit of a quick check around this hall, and you were able to determine that it does loop all the way around, and that there is a staircase that leads down in the northwest corner. And then there are still several doors unexplored, 2 along the backside and 3 along the east side.
Say once everybody's ready, Nord will kind of start trying doors, I guess.
Yeah.
I know
Nomad just
Leah said-
follows from behind.
All right.
Okay. I know Leah said potentially that if there were like slaves here, they would be down the stairs, but I'll probably start by clearing this floor first before we go downstairs.
Yeah.
Excellent. After you guys kind of take a little time to determine where you're going and make your way over there, is about a minute. Nomad, your first identification is successful, and you are able to identify the Tide Teller's Evos.
The what? Everyone gets a little ping. Mental ping.
Suffers many effects.
It does. Many effects. Let's see.
Jesus.
Yes.
It sounds really cool.
Probably nothing, but just to keep it up, because I have like 2 active effects going on. Nothing is pinging up from the torch, right? No invisible hallways, no illusions, nothing consecrated by an elemental locus. Because I know we swept through this area last session.
Yes, correct. Nothing here now. Correct.
Cool. Just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Is Vasu consecrated by an elemental locust?
Is he?
Vasu,
He's an illusion. He's never been here.
He's been a figment of your imagination the whole time.
Vasu
Vasu,
died in the arena.
Vasu was the friends we made along the way.
Vasu was never here. He was always Blast Off Death Phoenix. He died Blast Off Death Phoenix. You need to let him go.
what are you attuned to, Vasu?
Oh, jeez. I believe it's my spear, my wrappings. It's not the cape anymore. Let me look real quick. I know I'm full of attunement.
Okay.
What is my third thing?
I don't think you're attuned to the thing in question, because I haven't seen you use it in a very long time. So, Moat, as you are kind of doing your scouting, raising the lantern, looking for hidden signs, you do note that there's kind of a faint glimmer from inside of one of Vasu's backpacks or bags or whatever he holds his things in. Kind of like if there was like a lit light bulb on the inside of it, and there's just like a little bit of it that shines through the cloth.
Okay, cool.
Nordo, as you open that door,
For what it's worth, before you announce anything,
yes,
before I open any of these doors, I just put like my ear to it and see if I hear like movement or chicanery inside.
sure, absolutely. Give me a perception check.
That's the thing, maybe the raise hand, but
Can I second that?
Yes, absolutely.
$30 is my minimum.
That's very good. Also, Nordo, for reasons, you would have advantage on this check. Give me one more. Oh,
okay.
Let me go see if I can get raise hand working.
2 and a 1, off to a good start.
That's legit. It's a pretty heavy door. The whole place is kind of nice. It's a stately manor. You don't really hear much. Ace, though, you do hear kind of a faint bubbling from the other side, like something boiling or brothing.
He's making tea for us.
The only reasonable explanation.
I'm
Yeah.
going to hold off identifying the shield for now, but like after this room probably.
I'll go ahead and push the door open. Axe in the other hand, just in case there's somebody in here cooking.
Yeah, and I'll have my bow drawn as he does it, and I'll be peeking out from underneath of him.
There we go. We got the raise hand thing working. Vasu, what's up?
What's that? Yeah, just to kind of clarify, I'm looking through my character sheet. I think I'm only attuned to 2 things. And that is my spear and the armings of the Locust Warden, because that was like the bracers of protection and those
Yeah.
cool wrappings combined.
Oh, that's right. You merged those two, and I don't know if you
Yeah.
ever attuned to a new third thing.
I was attuned to the 4th shackle of the Locust of Bjarl for like a thing that we needed it for, but I don't think I've been like using it,
Gotcha.
so I'm probably not attuned to that.
Okay, that's fair. If you want to choose like a third thing that you would be attuned to, that's
I'm not really carrying anything else around that requires attunement, but
fair.
I'll look through party loot and otherwise do some shopping next time we're able to.
Excellent. All right. Nordo, you open the door, cautiously, expecting danger. And let's see here. I assume that 16 is a very big old miss on you.
It might be close. Let me check. Yeah, it misses.
That is a remarkably good roll, this guy. Okay. As you swing the door open, expecting danger, ready for the worst, you're not surprised at all when there is suddenly a flash of steel that kind of glints off of what appears to be light from a stove or a hearth. There is a spray of water and steam. Boiling water comes hurtling through the air. You're able to pull back just in time. You were ready for danger. and it splashes kind of harmlessly against the door that you just pushed open. And as you kind of get your bearings and begin to look and see what happened and who did that, what you see is a young tabaxi boy, couldn't possibly be any older than 14, 15, who is cowering behind a kitchen island with a chef's knife in one hand, a now empty pot that once had boiling water in it in the other, and he looks terrified that that plan did not work and that there are so many of you.
Is that actually what he looks like? Isn't like a shape changer?
You don't notice anything unusual about it. That appears to be his real form.
Put that down, son. You're just gonna get yourself hurt. You don't mean you any harm.
Give me an intimidation check.
Can I do persuasion?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I like to put my weapon away and actively not look intimidating.
May I assist him?
Sure.
Killing it.
We probably should have reversed that.
We got a 1. We got a 2. We got a 4. Let's see what my 4th d20 will be. There we go.
There is a moment where you see that he's twitching. He's trying to decide whether to run at you with the knife, or just stand down. What is your perception?
Passively 21.
You can see that he keeps glancing at something around the corner. There, behind the door that you just pushed open, he keeps nervously looking at something just around the corner out of your line of sight, as if
behind me, like out in the hall.
like hiding in
Behind
this,
the door?
Yeah, like behind the door, like hiding in this corner.
Okay, I will. Noticing that glance, I will just push the door as hard as I can into that direction.
Fuck yeah! Give me an athletics check. There is a clang of metal as it bumps into something much earlier than it should have. There's clearly something hiding on the other side. A moment or two goes by, and you hear just the rattling of a weapon of some sort as this thing has clearly been pushed to the ground. This is going to be brief, but let's roll initiative real quick.
Right, we're in the map of mine. Let's see. Imagine I'm behind everyone.
Oh, we're all rolling initiative.
Yep. Oh, this makes a lot of sense.
I don't need to roll again. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. It'd be hard to outdo that.
I'm gonna chase the rabbit though. Just no.
See if you can double it.
Okay.
Alright, Ace, there's a clang. You can tell that Nordo has just kind of shoved something that was hiding behind the door. What do you do?
Can I see through the crack in the door?
You've got passive 30 or some stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
You can see that there's a little glint of metal. It's dark around the corner, but you don't give a shit about dark vision. You can see that there's definitely, probably one of these myrmidons, these elementals, hiding behind the door.
Gotcha. It's behind this door.
Yeah.
Does this guy look like he's wait, I don't care. I don't care about him. I'm just gonna go over here, and because he can't see me because I'm in darkness. And even if I'm adjacent to him, he can't see me. I don't get disadvantage on my attacks. And I'm going to shoot it. and I'm going to do -5 for +10 damage.
Excellent. Fuck him up.
Oh, it's podgy.
20.
20 does hit.
Unfortunately, it's lightning, so it probably doesn't actually do anything.
He is resistant to it. Also, while you were away, they rolled like 3 attacks for you last session, and they were all like really great crits that were the wrong damage type and were like immune or resistant. It was fantastic.
Wow.
Still though, that is 52 divided down to 26. Strong hit.
Yeah, and I still have 2 more attacks.
All right.
And these go to the same thing. 31 damage.
Another 50. Oh, actually, he's fully affected by psychic. There we go.
A leap.
The important question. Oh wait, is that a 17 to hit?
17, does it hit?
Unfortunately, 17 is no good.
That's good. I didn't want to have to, like, accidentally... I don't know if I have to have it hit someone.
I don't think
So-
you're forced to, because that would be terrible.
Alright, and then I'm just gonna probably just move back over here out of the way. And that'll be me.
Alright.
Alright, wait, can I do anything on my bonus as a bonus action? Oh wait, can I actually, before I leave, can I use my bonus action to search the room?
Yes.
It's yeah,
Yeah, you got the investigator thing. Give me a perception check.
a 30. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna move the rest of mine, so it's gonna be 27 for this.
With a 27, you hear concerned gasps coming from behind the door to your right, which looks like it's probably a supply closet or something along those lines. But you can tell that there's somebody in there who has recognized that there's combat happening and is like breathing heavily and concerned about it.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna to this young broken. It's gonna be like, stay down, and then I'll move back out here.
Yeah, he looks content to kind of duck behind the corner. And because you were searching, you would notice this, and Norda would also notice this with his passive insight. Leah comes in here, charges out, weapon out, ready to get some work done. This young Tabaxi recognizes Leah and is terrified of her. She makes a moment of eye contact, but then eventually kind of breaks it, comes around the backside of this door, and is going to try to attack this dude. Bunch of that is resisted. Actually, not as much as I thought. But then she will make a little room for the next person, which brings us to Vasu.
Oh, I heard there was some fighting going on in here.
You can see as you come around the corner that there's this Wind Myrmidon who's just been caught completely off guard. His ambush has utterly failed.
I'll kind of crowd my way in, squeeze my wings through the doorframe, and just continue to beat him up. He's prone, right?
He is, yep.
Cool.
Oh, gross. 29 point.
I imagine I'm not like actually slashing at him because I just feel a little bad because he's been like trapped behind this door. So I'm just like jabbing at him with the other end of my spear, but that one gets him like right in the eye.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
32
almost
for
another.
19. Yeah, that's real good. He's looking real terrible. He's almost knocked out.
You thought you were doing something smart? You think you're some kind of smart guy trying to ambush us or something? We got eyes everywhere, man. I curb stomp him.
With the crit, that is just enough. There is kind of a release of hissing air as his elemental form dissipates, and the breastplate clatters to the ground, along with another scimitar.
As the sound of a deflating whoopee cushion as I stomp on it, I'm just like, we know where you're gonna be before you know you're gonna be there. You can't hide anything from us, buddy.
And as quickly as it happened, you guys are able to dispatch the danger that lurked around the doorway. You can see that this young Tabaxi is continuing to just cower in the corner, holding the knife in both hands, pointed at whoever gets closest, but kind of favoring Leah, very obviously.
Hey, it's okay. We're not gonna hurt you. Just those wind guys.
Yes, I'll sort of step up and like I'll like set my axe down on the floor and make it clear that I have no weapons, and just be like, can you talk? Can you speak common?
When he kind of gets the impression that you guys mean no harm and that you're trying to speak with him, he does speak back in Goblin. Does anybody speak Goblin?
I
Oh, jeez.
understand all spoken
Oh,
language.
that's right. You're
Oh,
a
yeah.
monk.
I'm a good monk.
I think I don't know that language.
I had to, gotta hit Ace eventually. No, in Goblin, he's just saying, please, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. Just leave me alone.
He's dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Ace executes
Try to speak a
him.
language I don't understand. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll just look at him and be like, "Hey, we're not here to hurt you. Most likely, at least. You don't seem like the kind of guy that we're here like targeting. We're here to start a revolution, though."
Did they understand you, or do you only understand them?
I
They
believe
understand you too.
Yeah, I believe it goes both ways.
Oh, that's
because it's
fucking
the
nuts.
tongue of sun and moon.
It's crazy. All right.
Awesome. It's a really good monk skill.
It's. I know this probably isn't how it actually works, but I do like to imagine that you just start spontaneously speaking Goblin.
Yes, that is how it goes now.
Hell
Or
yeah.
how it should.
But we understand it for some reason as well.
Yeah, for some reason you guys all understand it, even though he's clearly speaking Goblin.
Vasu just has the same accent in every language that he speaks. That it's like everybody. It's just easier to understand for some reason.
It sounds like a veiled threat.
Yeah.
When you say this to him,
Yeah. You learn to touch the key of other minds. You can understand all spoken languages. Moreover, any creature that can understand a language can understand what you say.
good shit, excellent.
It's really good.
Give me a persuasion check real quick.
Oh boy.
Not a super difficult DC. This is good news. While you're rolling that, Nomad, what's up?
Oh no, I've started identifying the shield.
Okay, excellent. We'll have that
Moment
going in
this
the background.
started. It's probably already done by now. Honestly, a minute has passed.
Yeah. And then Moat, what's up?
Conversation.
Nothing. I was gonna do what Nordo and Vasu were already doing, so we're good.
Okay, excellent. When he realizes that you guys mean him no harm, and especially when like Aaliyah leaves the room, he throws the knife aside and kind of clatters or what is the word? Clambers, I think is the word.
Clamor.
Yeah.
He clambers up to his feet.
Clamber. Oh, clamber is correct. Yeah.
And skitters over to this door, which he knocks on a few times very fervently. He kind of like tries to jiggle the door, and you can hear him calling out in Orcish this time.
Aww. I love how now that his name is cut off by the matte black,
He's
it
just
just
a
says
young
young
bro.
bro.
Young bro.
I need to defend him with my life now because he reminds me of D.
He calls out in Orcish through the door. Hannah, come on out. Come on, I think they're here to help us. And from the other side, you hear slow but heavy footsteps with a kind of a wooden cadence. There's a third step in there, like somebody's using a crutch or a peg leg or something like that. And you hear slowly the sound of locks being undone, and the door kind of opens up. He steps back, or as the door opens, he reaches a hand to help this person out of what appears to be kind of a spice rack or a food closet or a pantry of some sort. And you see that a elderly turtle woman with a wooden peg leg and a very, very like makeshift crutch begins to hobble out. She has the look of somebody who is not as old as they look, but still pretty old. Like she's probably in her mid-40s, but she looks like she could easily be 60 or 70. Just this weary, kind of broken face on her. And a lot of you would probably recognize pretty quickly. She's got kind of the same bluish scale color that Nordo and Leah do. There's a little bit of resemblance. In Nordo, it has been a very long time and you were very young, but give me wisdom or intelligence check.
Is this your grandma? are your mom?
My mom's very dead.
You've seen his dead mom.
Oh, aunt?
Aunt. This, you vaguely remember. You would have been so young the last time that you saw her. The face of your Aunt Hannah, who loved to cook. She was a brilliant fisher. She, if talent skips a generation, it may have moved sideways from Hannah to you at some point. You can vaguely remember when you were young, sitting around a campfire as she would kind of show how she prepares different fish and kind of gets different vegetables and spices ready for it. And it was all still magic and witchcraft at the time to you, but it did, at least maybe get the ball rolling for your love of cooking. In those memories, she was a lot younger, a lot less weary. She didn't have a fucked up leg for sure. And she looks at you, and you can tell that she almost immediately recognizes you and Leah as well.
Yeah, Nordo, like, had probably for the most part forgotten about all that, like some childhood fever dream. But it all just like comes rushing back to him, and he just like runs up to her and probably gives her a bigger hug than her ancient body can really handle. But
Oh, absolutely. She basically drops the crutch as you approach. Her hand shakes the entire time, but she seems to realize that help has come after all this time, and she just breaks down. Ace, what's up?
This is just real quick. So the Tabaxi recognized Leah. Does it seem like Leah and her aunt have been in contact before? Or does she also seem like equally as like shocked to see Leah as she is to see Nordo?
Give me an insight check. See how much of this web you can kind of unfurl from just visual cues.
With minimum of is 25.
25. The boy definitely recognizes Leah. Leah might not recognize the boy, but recognizes that he recognizes her and understands that he fears her, and she quickly stepped out to try to make him more comfortable. Leah definitely recognizes Hannah, and in fact, she would probably be the first to say, no matter, or Nordo might not even remember her name, but Leah would come up behind and say, Hannah. She definitely recognizes.
Okay, but I guess Mike, maybe I should rephrase it. It's not like while Leah was working here, she ran into her Aunt Hannah. It seems more like it's been like equally as long time.
Right.
I guess that's kind of what I'm asking.
Right.
About.
Leah seems surprised to see Hannah. Yes.
Okay. So probably more than likely, Leah was probably on a rate that captured this boy, but it's not like she has been in this area before.
Seems like a reasonable guess.
Okay.
I had no idea anyone from home was still alive.
She kind of shakes her head. Many of them aren't. I thought it was just me. My brother, your dad. I don't. What happened to all of you?
I don't even know where to start. Dad is. He's gone. He died when they came trying to protect me and Leah. And Isaac don't remember, but the name of that old timer turtle that the fucking king killed in Milnoa. I'll mention him as well. So he's gone. And that's the only two that I've seen all these years.
How did you get in here?
That's an even longer story, but the point of it all is we're going to get you out of here. This ends today. We're taking you home, taking you too, young man. He can't even understand. Actually, he spoke Orcish, so I'll say it in Orcish.
Yeah.
We're getting you home too, wherever your home is. Everybody here.
Hannah kind of nods reaffirmingly to the tabaxi, and she reaches out a hand as if asking for something. And you see that the tabaxi kind of picks up the crutch that she had dropped and hands it, but that she holds the hand out again as if to ask for something, and he looks a little bit confused. And she points to the knife that he had thrown by the fire. He bends down and grabs the knife and hands her the knife. And in one hand, she kind of tucks the crutch under her arm, and in the other hand, she grabs the knife by the handle. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, you've lived this long. I ain't gonna let you die trying to swing that thing around, old timer. But you just stay close to us. We'll try to make sure you don't need to use it.
If only we brought a forklift.
While this is going on, can I scan the room for like any power source device?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me investigation or arcana. Either one would work.
Can I help?
Yep. Both of you do a pretty thorough sweep. You can see, first of all, there's just a handful of artificial lights that are already off, presumably because there's not enough power for them. They're kind of ancillary. But you do see that the furnace, the hearth, is magical, and there is kind of an orange stone at the base of it. It is engulfed in fire. It is wreathed in flames, but that does appear to be draining or drawing some magical power from somewhere.
Cool. Using like my tools and calipers, I start disconnecting it while everyone's having a talk.
Excellent.
I don't interject in the conversation.
Yeah. The young Tabaxi is also eager to help you. He kind of first grabs a couple knives for himself, but then he'll go over and start to lower the flame down to a smaller size so that you can kind of get the calipers in there and just start wrenching. And after some work, there is kind of a crack. The power source kind of breaks free. The little copper wire snaps. And you can all hear this flicker of power as arcane energy begins to redirect. You've cut some more power from this system.
Yeah.
What's up?
While they're having this whole conversation, I'm gonna mentally connect with my mount. I'm gonna tell it to come to us if it can safely, and if it gets caught, I want it to just run as far as it can, and I'll resummon it later.
Excellent. Is the mount still back on the ship, or is it somewhere up in town?
Yes, I think that's where I left it, because I tried to get it to come to us, but we were all out like by a bunch of guards and shit, and it was going to be super unsafe, so...
Okay, excellent. Yeah, it'll reply that it will do its best. And in fact, well, I'll wait a little bit, let the suspense drop, but it'll probably have to do some stealth checks here in a second.
Yeah.
Nordo.
I'll just ask Hannah and I'll ask this boy's name for starters. Say, call me Nordo. What are you called? Been orcish.
Oh, my name? You wanna know my name? Hang on a second. Notes.
Took offense to it?
Feck took offense to me asking. I feel it in my soul as DM.
Oh, my name. Yeah, I know my name. I'm gonna tell you my name. It's Hiroki.
Hiroki. Either you two know your way around here, Hannah or Hiroki. Yeah, we're trying to. Is there anybody else like you here? Do you know where they're kept? Or, you know what's resting all these doors around here?
Yes. He would be able to tell you. Down the stairs is where they keep us. It's dangerous down there. There's you don't want to go down there. Knock is down there.
Knock.
And there's a bedroom out that way, and she kind of points out the door, the direction that you guys came from. The conference area is over this way, and then beyond that, there's some rooms we're not supposed to go in.
All right then. What's knock? What's dangerous downstairs?
Ernok. He at this point he kind of looks over to Leah and says, when you left, he took over. Leah just kind of lets out an audible fuck. And it kind of turns and says, he's he'll be trouble. He'll be the one breaking them. we should be careful down there.
I suggest we break him then.
Nomad cocks a Glock.
You have finished your identification. I'll go on through this. And then Ace, what's up?
Yeah, alternative can just not be careful and just go in guns a-blazing. But, I left halfway through the next session. We said that it seemed as though Anton or something went underneath this panel, right? Is that why we're shutting the power off? I guess I don't know why we're shutting power, what we're doing with power, and what happened with this plate.
It seemed like, if I remember right, and I should probably just say this, but Anton came in here and teleported somewhere. We've heard a sound of magical teleportation, and he before teleporting turned off all the power in here. I think the sense we get is that we need to get power to this thing in order for us to get where Anton got, and in order to get power to this thing, we need to turn the power off of a bunch of other shit to redirect it to that.
Okay, that's kind of
Yeah, it's a pretty good summary of what you guys are currently guessing.
cool beans.
We
So
got
we're in a
our
hurry, right?
Fucking chariot.
Everyone gets another ping for this new item.
And
We're in a hurry, right? Then, so while Nordo's having his family reunion, we should be moving down to the next door.
Yeah,
quick,
sure.
as quick as we can.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
you
sure this
catch
door's
up.
not trapped, and then I'm gonna
I
open it.
help you.
All right, give me investigation.
You have advantage in the +6.
It's 37.
Um, 37. It appears to be safe. You don't notice any signs of danger or traps. You can see that there's a little bit of light coming from under the door seam. There's clearly some magical lights happening in there. They do shift and change occasionally, which indicates that it is some sort of a moving light source. Whether that is flickering or animated, that's hard to tell until you get in there. But it looks safe, and it also does not appear to be locked.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up and get ready to shoot some bitches.
Excellent. Moat, what's up?
While that's all going on, I'll connect with my mount telepathically real quick. But then, can I check Hannah and this little tabaxi for injuries, damage, anything that might be patched up with a point or two of lay on hands, things of that nature?
Yeah, absolutely. Go and give me a medicine check.
I'll assist with that.
Sure.
Can you cure her old face?
Taking a look over both of them clearly have old scars. You can see places where brands have been placed onto them, places where they have been whipped, deep lacerations that are very old. Nothing recent. They appear to be in good health currently, although it's very clear that they've been damaged in the past.
Cool. And then just for movement purposes, if it comes up, I'll try to always stay on the opposite side of them so they're in the middle of actual players.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll be the other end of that two ends.
All right, perfect. Ace, weapon drawn at the ready, flings the door open, and inside you find what appears to be an empty conference room. There's a large table, several doors around it, another exit out of the east side of the building, or out of the room. It appears to be empty as far as you can tell. There's really not a whole lot in here other than the table and chairs, except you do see that at the top of the ceiling, which is very tall, about 15 feet up, there are a handful of magic stone installations that appear to be projecting illusory images down onto, or above the table, I should say. It appears to be a bunch of little white dots that are kind of projected, and you can see that they are moving around, like something being tracked. It almost looks kind of like a star chart or something along those lines, but they're moving a little faster than you think would be normal for a star chart.
Gotcha. And he just goes 15 feet up. If only I had set up a flying forklift machine with me. He side eyes everyone.
Nomad
Oh,
flies
don't worry, I
over.
can go up there and check it out.
Wait, hold on. Didn't they say something about the conference room? Or did they just mention that there was a
They said
conference
there's a
room?
conference room. They said the other rooms are rooms they're not supposed to go into.
Yeah.
Does it look like these are overpowered? Is that why they're moving so fast? Or does it look like it's like a trap?
Give me investigation.
Have advantage. 6. 39.
39.
Boy, you guys have done a lot of traveling. You have a cartographer with you in the form of Vasu. You take a moment to try to get a sense for what this projection is. And with a 39, you eventually are able to kind of piece together that these are maps, 3 separate maps of 3 separate areas. In each of the little white dots probably represents either a creature or a ship on the map. You're able to determine that the blue one for sure is the map of the world as you know it. You can kind of see down over in the far southeast corner, there's a little island that looks like Melnoa. There are some bigger islands that look like Willingquet. Up to the north, you can see a couple of areas that look like the Hooked Diamonds. You're able to piece together pretty quickly that the blue area is the material plane as best as you can tell. And each of these white dots is tracking what appears to be a tiny little ship.
Does it seem to match up with where this is currently? Or where we are currently?
It does. You can see that there's kind of a bigger blip right in a little bit to the southwest of Deltana, which is where you're currently at, the Wandering Sun.
Okay.
And you can also, with a 39 actually, you would notice this pretty quickly. Actually, with a 39, you would notice 2 things pretty quickly. The first is you're not really sure what these next 2, the green and the red one, are. But as you were carefully studying the green one, you see a very large tree that has little lights kind of hanging from its boughs, and it reminds you a lot of the tree where all seasons meet. And you can see that kind of sparsely around that tree, there are more of these little blips, little ships being tracked. Over in the red one, you don't recognize the terrain at all. It appears unfamiliar. It looks like a place that you haven't been or don't know or are unfamiliar with. But you do see that there are rivers, there are tall, jagged mountains, black peaks. The entire place has this kind of just volcanic, evil, mortar-y look to you.
Are there giant hanging chains?
You don't see giant hanging chains, no.
Does it seem like it might be hell?
You can give me an Arcana check or a Religion check.
And then second question, the material plane. Is it only showing the map that we know, or having gone to the moon is actually showing the entire planet, including the places that aren't quote-unquote discovered and known?
It definitely is a little bit wider than what is kind of known to most people. You do see that there's a little bit of a landmass far to the north that you guys have really only seen from your moon voyage. It is so far out into the sea that it is not really well explored or well known, even to Willingquet and the people from there. So yeah, it does seem that they have a pretty far reach. It's hard to tell whether it is truly global, but it is certainly much bigger than you would expect, even for the sailors in the party, Flick and Moat. It's bigger than, and for the cartographer for that matter too. They know more than the general populace knows.
They must have giant stillstones set up, like we were talked about doing for our tracking.
With a religion check, you don't recognize it as any of the planes of hell. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
I'm actually much worse at Arcana.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
take
certainly...
second on it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let the person who actually knows things do it.
Oh, and actually, I'm remembering now, Vasu can also give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Huh?
Go, Vasu.
Yeah, if you say so, God.
I was gonna say the order keeps like tabs on things. Do I have even a shot in hell at this?
You'd have a shot on it. Go give me an Arcana check.
It's not hell mode.
You're right. Damn, those are pretty.
Classic Moat fashion. There are some indications that it is a very fiery place. Don't recognize it as hell. But Vasu, I don't remember the exact episode, but there has been a point where you were flung momentarily to a very fiery, torturous place that kind of felt like hell, but it wasn't.
It's almost like some kind of plane of fire.
Yeah, almost like that.
Like
And
like elemental fire, not
Yeah.
your normal fire.
And Nomad can kind of back that up. It certainly has a lot of the telltale signs that you've heard about of the Plane of Fire. Some of which you've kind of exhibited at the Firebird's Roost. Although a little more concentrated, a little more supernatural. But yeah, potentially Plane of Fire. The other thing, jumping back, that you would notice on your 39 investigation check is that back here on the material plane, far to the northwest, kind of up by... what is the name of that place? A little bit west of Stormcellar, of Gale's homeland. There is clearly some sort of an anomaly. There's like a spinning purple and white light that is like marked as important. It's clear that they've put a bunch of symbols next to it. It's not entirely clear what those symbols mean, but there is a big point of interest that has been marked out there. And
Cool.
recently, they do have a date next to that note, and it looks to be as recent as 3 or 4 days ago.
Cool. I'm gonna get my camera out and take a picture of it.
Excellent, perfect.
I keep forgetting. I forget I have that thing. Just print out a little picture.
All right, perfect. Apart from that, looking throughout the room, nothing of value, no hidden compartment. The place is very bare bones. You get the impression they probably bring people in here to discuss important and private business matters, and then they get the fuck out.
Remember how they were enslaving fey creatures that were more resistant to the charm effects. So they're probably going to the Feywild to get slaves.
Yeah. Is there an off button?
Yeah, with the 39, you'd be able to find that there is kind of a control panel over by the eastern door.
See if
Oh,
I can
not
just-
this thing. That's Nordo's.
That's Nordo's name. Yeah.
I guess I'll go in here and turn it off.
All right. As you turn it off, the power seems to kind of divert away from it, and you can feel energy being redirected throughout the building.
I make sure
Ooh,
to
then-
memorize as much of the movements as possible.
Perfect.
Yeah, I took yeah. Hopefully I'll have enough with my picture.
Between the picture and having a cartographer, you guys are able to get a pretty decent... Like, this is moving. It's going to update in real time, so it's not going to get, like, accurate for a very long time, but you're at least able to get a snapshot of what it looked like.
Cool. All right, to the next room.
To shut that one down.
All right. You begin doing your typical door check. Give me an investigation check. As you carefully study this door, the first thing that you can tell is that it is much heavier and more secure than the others. It appears to be metal braced. There's a kind of a decently thick iron band that is kind of between the slots of wood that make up the facade of the door. There's a heavy lock on it. It is fully sealed. There's no way to like look under the seam or over the seam. It's very intentionally kind of airtight. And with your passive perception, you would also hear that there's movement coming from the other side. Heavy
Does it
footsteps.
sound humanoid?
Give me a perception check.
Do I have advantage because it's my favorite enemy?
Sure, why not?
I mean, it's 30. I always have advantage for perception, so it doesn't matter.
It sounds like more than one creature. One of them is big and heavy and metallic for sure. Whether that is like a super heavy armored humanoid, and in fact, you'd probably be able to tell with a 30. It has the movement pattern of something bipedal, but it is very big and clearly has a lot of metal on it. There's heavy iron thunks as it makes each footstep. But you can tell that there's a smaller one in there. You can hear some clawfully, a little rustling, and that appears to be another creature that's moving around somewhere else in the room.
The three-headed man person from Flick. Backstories chained up in there, I think.
And you can also hear the sound of like boxes being stacked.
And he's stacking boxes because he's bored. Do we want to open this one? We have to, right?
Sure.
Alright, I guess I'll try to pick it.
Does anyone want to get ready for a fight just in case?
Yeah, Norder, do you want to stand here all ominous-like?
I'm always ready for a fight.
Leah will kind of stay back and watch Hannah and the Tabaxi, presumably also with Gale.
Moat, would you like to hold on to this sword and shield?
I can. I need to read through them and see if they're better than what I have.
Yeah. It's more like I'm already holding a shield. So it's like He's like holding a bunch of stuff.
Alright, Ace, go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools check if you're going to try to pick the lock.
The lowest I can roll is a 20.
With a 20... Oh my god, roll 20. You can do it. I believe in you.
Does it explode on me?
We're going to find out. What is this? Plus...
Did Vasu notice it was magical when as he was over here as we were getting ready?
Doesn't appear to be magical.
If we make Hiroki attuned to the shield, can she just spam the chariot?
It doesn't appear to have a cooldown.
Yeah, can she just spam it across the battle? It's like-
Theoretically, maybe. I mean, if you want him to, like, literally start carrying things for you, he is happy to do that.
Who?
Hiroki.
Oh no, I'm like, would you like to attune to this shield?
Boy, I don't even know if he knows what that means, but let me
Oh,
find
is this
out.
the kid? I mean, like, you know, Nordo's aunt.
Oh, there's a good chance she doesn't know
Back
either, but
then.
let's find out.
I can help. It'll take an hour though, so like, you know, this is just something
Just trying to keep him entertained.
Yeah. Just trying to say, hey, do you know how to attune to things? Because this makes a chariot.
She's learned a few things in her time here. Yeah, she will absolutely take that shield. I need to double check. I get the feeling you kind of need to be, like, concentrating and focusing on the shield, not wandering around dungeoneering, but either way,
I mean,
she's happy to
she's
hold on
not
to
really.
it.
Yeah, she's not really gonna do most of the work.
Yeah, it's still a sword, or still a shield, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Ace, as you begin to pick this thing, it's a tough lock, but you're making headway on it. But as you are working on it, there is a... well, actually, I should do this to find out for sure.
Yeah. Also, don't forget he gets advantage in the +6.
Do I have advantage? Oh, you're helping me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
okay.
really do
Then I'll
anything, I
roll.
just handed the shield over to.
Alright, then I'll roll a second one. So it's actually 32.
32 is very good.
It's actually really convenient because, like, Nordo, since Nomad can just see through my eyes, he can just, like, doesn't have to put his
Yeah.
head in the way to actually see what I'm seeing. He just like, no, to the left.
Yeah. I even have expertise in like Thieves' Tool, so just
Oh,
help.
then you should have been doing this.
But you have better dexterity.
Mm.
It kind of evens out, really.
With deft speed, with that 30, would you say 36?
32.
32? With deft speed, you are able to not only kind of pick the lock over the course of 12 or 15 seconds, but you're able to time all of your movements with the sound of boxes shuffling on the other side, to the point that the creatures inside don't seem to realize, they don't hear the door unlocking. And after a little bit of work, you crack the door and are able to kind of peek inside. And inside, you are greeted by this kind of dim green light, and what appears to be probably a workshop or a laboratory of some sort, but it's being packed up. It's very clear to you that it is like they're getting ready to move out of it. There are boxes and crates everywhere, many of which have different like mechanical bits kind of poking out. You can see that there are a few fixtures that are on the wall, things that can't be removed, and those have just been kind of cleaned up. All the excess stuff has been taken off of them. It looks like it's moving day, and then these two creatures inside are working on getting everything packed up and ready to move out.
Do they look like slaves?
They do not. One of them appears to be a very large metallic humanoid that looks shockingly similar to all of the SDR bots that you've seen. Very primitive geometric shapes. It looks like an SDR bot, although it is clearly working with and for this other creature, who is a dark-skinned, kind of draconic-looking humanoid. Similar to a Dragonborn, but it's a lot more lean, a lot more agile. I mean, you can see that it has these long horns out of the back of the brow that twist and curl in a way that you've never really seen on a Dragonborn before. You do see that
Dragonborn.
Like a Dragonborn tiefling?
possibly. That seems like a reasonable guess. And you can see that tiefling Dragonborn is wearing familiar cult robes, similar to Uno's. with the embroidered image of the Weaver's Cult. And for the time being, they haven't noticed you yet. It's only a matter of time before they turn around and notice that the door is cracked, unless you close it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like mentally, should I start shooting?
Norda will silently
I mean, yeah,
Point.
telepathy.
point at the door for Hannah and Hinaki, Hayaki, Teriyaki, Hiroki. Teriyaki and Hannah. He kind of like points to the conference room, like
Hibachi.
nudges his head for them to go hide.
Absolutely. Leah will take them in there with Gale to make sure that they are kind of safe from all this.
Speaking of, Gale's here. Hi.
Oh, hey, Gale's here. Then Gale
Gale's
decides
here.
what Gale does, if you want.
No, you guys go for it.
Cool.
I just woke up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right.
All right, then I'm just gonna start shooting at this Dragonborn guy then.
Excellent. You guys have successfully got the jump on him. So it's surprise round time.
Surprise
roll.
round is such a wonderful sequence of words.
It is. It's the greatest delight in D&D. Especially with a party of 8.
Okay, once again, the sprites are lining up in such a way that you get a really funny name. Right now, I just see Aunt Hannah, old broken, and it seems like just a really mean description of her.
And old broken.
Like there's it even looks
Young
like there's a
broken.
comma there.
Isn't
I think that might
actually
just
what
be
it is?
her.
Look at that.
That's
Actually,
just-
is
that's
what it
just
says.
her name.
Oh, okay. I thought there
The
was just
proper
another.
term is handicap. I don't know.
Okay, I thought there was an old broken in there too, and their tokens were just like on top of each other.
Oh.
Never mind. This is decidedly not funny. It's sad.
Yeah, real emotional tonal whiplash there.
Oh, isn't that a funny coincidence? Oh no, she's just a real sad old lady.
Like no, they just cut off her leg and they whipped her until she had no will.
All right, Ace, in true fashion, having got the jump on him, you're the first to act.
Obviously -5 for +10 for all of these.
Who's his on?
The Dragonborn.
Excellent.
Because I don't know if that thing counts as a humanoid. So
Perfect. It does seem to count as a humanoid. Or sorry, yes, the Dragonborn clearly does.
yeah,
That is 18.
a 22 to hit.
You're right, 22. 22 does hit for 56
For-
points of force damage. Fuck me running.
I guess to go again. So does this one roll? So
So
this is the one that this is my special attack that has an extra D8 on top of it
It
for
is.
my first round.
it is. And that does, it'll only apply to this first one, not to the bounce. However, before you do your bounce attack, goddamn the dice. Damn the dice. As your first shot is fired, you see that the arrow is magically transformed into this bolt of pure arcane force. And as it crashes through, you can see that it slams into some sort of invisible magical barrier around this humanoid, this Dragonborn, even though he's unaware. And with your keen perception and your experience with these things before, you recognize that this kind of glow of blue-green resembles the strange spider monster that you fought in Unmirage that was just made of pure magical force. And you can see that your arrow of force damage shreds that shield. He takes, 56 times 2 is 112 points of force damage.
Oh
Jesus.
shit!
Good lord.
And then the other arrow just bounced and hit the other guy.
Yep, and then the arrow presumably bounces over to the warden.
So what am I rolling for this? Am I just rolling the
Just a normal
2d8?
attack roll, yeah. You do.
Does sneak and everything carry? I'm assuming that doesn't carry over.
You were hidden from it, so sneak will carry. Oh, right, you can only sneak once per turn. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Sneak will not carry over.
Is this guy count as a humanoid?
He does not.
Aberration?
Negative construct.
I don't know if this also gets the effect. This can also be -5 for +10 or not, but
I think it can.
then it would be a 27 to hit for 24
And
on
that
the
is
warden.
a good hit for 24 points of lightning damage, which seems effective.
Cool. Now I'll do my other 2 attacks. This is going to be back on the Weaver.
There we go.
28.
28 does hit. Unfortunately, as this bolt transformed into just a spinning kind of dark green bolt of poison, it does not seem to affect him at all.
Does it seem like, is it like because he just seems like he isn't affected by poison, or because there's that shield thing?
You see that it pierces through the shield. It actually hits his scales and his flesh and doesn't seem to phase him.
First hit 1 billion damage. Second hit
0.
22 for 25 cold.
In true ace fashion, 22 is good for 25 points cold.
And then I want to use my bonus action to just search the room real quick to see if there's anything else going on. Or
Absolutely. Give me a perception check. 33, you hear movement, hurried movement and shouts coming from this far back left door over here. There's more back there.
I convey that telepathically, and then I'm gonna step out of the way so that I'm out of sight from both of them. I mean, they can't see me anyways, but
Excellent.
presumably.
Perfect. Sounds
But
good.
yeah.
That'll bring us to Nordo.
Okay. Nordo, after ushering the other two in the room, Ace fires a couple shots in there, and then Nordo will sort of roll around the door, axe in hand, wheel into this part of the room right here, and then slam his foot down into the ground. And a fissure starts to open up underneath those two sumbitches.
Oh boy.
Does it drop them out of the ship?
It does make a pretty deep carving through the stone floor of this fortress, but it does seem that the foundation of the fortress is pretty thick. The SDR bot's foot immediately snares inside of that fissure. How about this
Excellent.
case?
Delicious.
Become restrained.
Fantastic. And then I'll sort of run alongside this fissure to get right next to this feller and murder him to death.
I'd prefer that you didn't.
Advantage because he is restrained. If 25 would have hit, he is prone.
It sure would have. So he is now prone and restrained. Takes 13 slashing.
He's having a bad time.
He's having a real bad time.
Second attack, I'll sort of leave the axe slammed into the ground next to him and just try to chomp right into his body with my mouth. If it hits, it crits. It crits
God
anyway.
Damn it.
Who needs special skills?
27 total points. Oh wait, you've got the crit damage.
Yeah, so that's all goofy there.
I'll take the default one, the Jaws one. So that's 26.
Thanks. Appreciate that. It's very generous of you. Alright, and as a reaction to scoring a critical hit, I will use my Spine of the Cloud Piazza. And the Bowser Spines of Crystal grow on the shell. Let's see, that's my action, my bonus action. I don't know that I want to move. I think everyone's got enough room to maneuver in here, and I kind of want to see what comes through that door over there. Actually, does that door open, like, toward me or away from me? Can I tell from just glancing at it?
What's your passive?
21.
It seems to open away from you.
Okay, so I can't go body block it.
I think
Well,
that'd
in
be
that
great.
case-
Yeah, fire code. That makes sense.
Fire code. Alright, in that case, I will just stay right there. It's my turn.
All right, Vasu.
I come zooming around the corner. Surprise round, so I guess these are all at advantage, so it doesn't really matter who I attack first. But
Surprise doesn't give advantage, but they're restrained, so you have advantage.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Are
okay.
they both restrained or just the one on the ground?
They are both restrained.
Both are restrained.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Well, I'll start it with. Well, first off, from just like a cursory glance, passive perception, how bloodthirsty does Nordo look right now? Like, is he licking his lips at this guy on the ground?
In terms of like, Norda looks very bloodthirsty, but he doesn't need killing blows right now. Mechanically,
Okay.
we're good.
Uh,
Kill him.
Cool. Then yeah, I'll do it on 26.
Yeah, that'll hit for 24.
And there's a stack of the thing on him, and that fire is radiant damage if it makes a difference.
Excellent. Let me double check.
Please don't damage his head.
It's true. This guy is.
Oh, actually.
Gotta figure out what the fuck this guy's doing here.
You do see that the radiant damage doesn't seem to be very effective.
Oh. Hey, you're different. I don't like that. I attack him again. 22. We'll make it fire instead of radiant.
22 also hits, and you do see that the fire also does not seem super effective.
That's all of my. That's all I do. What kind of tiefling resists radiant damage?
Does have like a weird shield? Is it a weird light shield thing still around him? Is it? That's just coming from the ceiling, right?
Yeah, the light seems to be just coming from the ceiling. As far as you can tell, it's just like arcane light installations.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not
what-
what was giving him like that weird shield thing that I shot through.
Correct, yeah.
Regardless, in my frustration, he now has 2 stacks of my spear on him. I will turn and attack the warden instead. And hopefully,
Ooh, gross.
yeah, that's
crit for 20.
not a good crit.
Let me
Sad
check.
looking crit.
I think he takes all that. Oh, he takes all that for sure.
Does radiant seem effective?
Do you convert it to radiant?
What's he look like compared to the guy on the floor?
This guy looks like the SDR bots that you guys have encountered several times. It's this very, like...
Okay, yeah, I know that radiant isn't very effective on them. We'll keep it fire, although it's probably also not super great.
you do find that the fire is effective.
Cool. We'll do fire on him then. Give me a. Actually, no. We'll save it. I'm gonna do a flurry first. Oh, I guess that the damage on that would have been slightly different because I would have had to use an unarmed attack. I mean, I guess I rolled a 1 either way, so you know, do it that way you will.
Yeah.
I'll do a flurry first. So.
That is good for another 12 points.
And now give me a con save. Dang.
Yep, not having any of that shit.
Nah, he's fine.
Alright, anything else?
No, that's it.
Alrighty, that'll bring us to this boy's turn. He is no longer surprised. Nomad.
Goes over here, sees the SDR thing, the guy on the bottom, calculates that that guy is going to survive the next round, attacks the big guy. With a spell attack roll. That has an advantage. And this is thunder. It looks like an SDR, right? We
It
fought
does.
those before, and
Yeah.
they're not. They're not.
Psychic
immune to
does.
thunder.
I think psychic doesn't do anything to
Yeah,
them.
I don't think psychic does anything to it. But here, advantage. 27 for 23 thunder damage.
Good lord, thunder is good. And that is a hit. 23 points of thunder. You see some of the plating gets flown off of this thing's shoulder.
Yeah, then I'm gonna like stand back here and just give Ace advantage passively by seeing into it.
Excellent. Makes sense. At the end of your turn, the nearly dead guy is going to use a legendary action. And he begins casting a spell.
Oh, cool! I have a counter spell.
Alright, excellent. He will try to counterspell, or well, hang on a second. We gotta play this game. Whisper to one of your friends what level you cast counterspell at.
Oh, it's base.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm not gonna upcast counterspell.
Perfect. God
When
bless
I
us all.
say counterspell immediately, it's just the 3rd level, unless I say otherwise, right?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. He will counterspell your counterspell because he likes
It's
not
gone.
dying.
Yeah.
The spell goes off. You don't see any immediate changes, but it's very clear that he has successfully cast some sort of a spell.
Can I see with my true sight if it was anything?
Your
What
true
kind of
s-
magic
by
do I
true
detect
sight?
on him?
Passively, there's no real indication of what kind of magic it was. Your true sight doesn't show any sort of like weird illusions or
Yeah.
anything like that. If you want to try to actually identify the spell, you can use your reaction.
Detect magic.
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
delete-
I'll use my reaction because I have nothing else to use my reaction for.
Sure, give me an Arcana check. And your detect magic, I believe if you use an action, you can ping for the school.
12,
Oh,
which
then it
I
works.
don't think is anything.
Yeah, outside of combat, you kind of just get it all the way, but I think in combat you have to like, you're technically repeatedly using your actions. Double check. Yeah, as an action, you shift your or wait, no, wrong thing. You can use your action to see a feint, or and you learn at School of Magic. So yeah, it
Okay.
would be an action.
Because the way I've understood it was just like a passive thing, and I just
Yeah,
cast it at will, so I always had it, and I would totally be fine reasoning that like when I'm in combat, I'm just like focused on actually fighting things.
Yep.
So that makes total sense.
Yep. And unfortunately, with the 12, you are not able to identify the spell. You can tell that it's pretty advanced, but you are not able to pinpoint what it is.
It's a spell.
It's a spell. A child.
A child.
That brings us to the Subjugation Warden, who is no longer surprised. And Moat's turn.
He cast some kind of magic.
Boy, that room is getting crowded. Sorry, I was not paying attention. Did Exexonos get a turn?
He has had a legendary action, and he's no longer surprised, but he has not taken any real turns.
Did he, like, his turn passed, though?
Yes, his turn has passed.
6 points of bleed damage.
Oh, gross. Yep.
And I will Flame Blade this Brobit in front of me.
Uh, 18 is good.
Surely a miss. Oh, it is?
It's good. This guy is real big. Let's see. He takes 40 points of magical slashing and fire, all of which seems effective. And then you watch as fire leaps over to Exonanos, and it just seems to kind of wrap around him harmlessly.
Like he's immune to it?
He appears to be immune to it.
Okay.
What else
Which
is he
is-
immune to?
This does seem unusual to you because you saw that Vasu attacked him mere seconds ago, and he was at least a little singed by it. This time, he seems to be totally immune to it.
But does it get past my fire? What else is he immune to?
We'll say theoretically, for the sake of this, maybe like all damage.
Okay, cool.
just
Yeah,
because-
he's immune then. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Because I was gonna ask a quick clarification about how my spear thing works because it's very similar to Nordo's. Did he take a turn?
He has taken a turn, yes.
Okay, so he takes
Oh yeah, he
A
takes some from
D10.
your thing too, yeah.
a D10 plus. If I'm reading it right, they take a D10 for,
Yeah, just for being like on fire.
and then for each stack it's a little different.
Yep.
So I've got 2 stacks on him, so he takes a total of 1d10 and 3d4.
I think the 34 is only when it explodes, but the D10 is always while it's on him. If I'm wrong, though, feel free to post it and roll that damage.
I'm just looking at the card and the thing.
Yeah. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick.
Oh yeah, okay. Just trying to see all the different things that could end it. But yeah, he does take a D10. I'll still probably keep it radiant just because I have key, but
Oop, just kidding. Radiant.
it probably doesn't take any damage anyway. But just for the sake of experimentation, science.
Because that happened on his turn, it does seem that he takes it, but he's still resistant to radiant damage.
Okay. I figured he's a tiefling, resistant to either of them.
Does
At
he
least the
take
fire.
the damage?
On his turn, he took that damage, yes. A little bit of a rewind back to his turn. But,
Oh, gotcha.
His spell made him not take damage from thing.
yeah. Not to spill the beans or all.
What a dick!
Anything else, Mo?
Oh. Oh, wait, nope, wasn't an attack action. Nope, I'm good.
All right, then that'll bring us back to the top. With Ace, let me double check. I don't think this guy has lair. Correct. All right, excellent. Then back to Ace.
Cool. Does it look like he can see me through my darkness?
Passive perception. It does not. He looks to be
Perfect.
kind of looking around to the people up close next to him.
I'm going to move up to him and I'm going to shoot him, and since he cannot see me, it does not impose any disadvantage for ranged weapons.
Excellent. Also, I don't think that's true, but you have advantage.
It is 100% true. It only gets advantage if they can see you and are not unconscious. I checked.
Ooh, interesting. Today I learned. Anyway,
So
fire
if
away.
they -5 for +10.
So you can, like, rules is written, you don't need any extra feats to just, like, point blank someone with a gun.
As long as if they
As long
can't
as you're invisible?
if they can't see you, yep.
Okay, I know who my next character is. It's a shadow sorcerer that only uses
Another
shotgun.
one.
Yeah, you're right. If you're within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and isn't incapacitated. Excellent. You walk over, and although this guy can see a dark orb of darkness moving towards him, he's not able to make eye contact with you or track you inside of it. So you're basically able to go up to him while he's just restrained in this crevice, flat on his ass, totally just like easy killings, fish in a barrel. You line up a shot straight to his forehead, it crackles into lightning, slams straight between the eyes, and does absolutely nothing.
What a goddamn
Okay.
shame.
So he's the one who's immune from damage. Is it both of them or just him?
You just saw the warden take some damage from Moat's attack.
Okay. I thought it was the warden who was immune to damage.
Yeah, it appears that the Weaver is, or the Archaeus is
Oh,
currently immune to damage.
Okay.
Or has at least been immune to the last couple of attacks.
Okay. Well. Oh well.
Has he been immune to like just weapon damage as well? Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, or just elemental stuff?
I don't think anybody, since he cast the spell, has done any physical damage to him.
Okay.
But
Cool.
you definitely hit him with some physical attacks because you damn near killed him. You and Ace both did.
All right.
Anything
Then
else?
I guess I'll make my next attack on the other guy.
All right, excellent. Fire away.
Seeing this, Nomad's like, try and break his concentration.
I can't
Tooltip,
really hit him.
Try
So
a stun.
22 is good for 22.
22.
And that does seem effective. Yep.
Trying to think of what I can. I guess I'm just bonus action dash and get back out here.
Excellent. They can't see you, so they can't take swing. Brings us to... do we want to do more legendaries, maybe? Legendaries are fun. We should do those before we die. Yes, trapped around the ankle. This thing is going to look to... I will do a D3. Vasu. One of its arms extends. You see that the ends of it kind of split open into what appears to be almost like a handcuff. And it tries to just grab around your waist. Does an 18 hit.
Sure doesn't.
Alright, excellent. That brings us to Norda.
Okay, at the start of my turn, I have my hit points remaining from Spine of the Cloudpiercer, so with no action required, I can make an unarmed strike. And we'll do so against this Weaver. Just try to stomp on his head. Smash it. Actually, I'm gonna do a bite instead so I can re-up that shit. So bite.
Little tooltip being on the back of your head. Attempt incapacitation.
It's the Orcish word for incapacitation.
Boonga boonga, sleepy
the fuck
time. I don't know.
Boonga boonga, knock him the fuck out. Got it.
Knock him the fuck out.
17, you dig your beak around this guy's neck and just try to bite down as hard as you can. And it's like trying to bite through a steel beam. You're just not getting anywhere. It feels like he has some sort of very clearly magical force that is protecting him from that damage.
Okay. Does it feel as though I don't know how to ask this in a non-meta way. Has like my attack hit such that I could do a stunning strike, or has the attack effectively missed?
Ooh, what a good question. Let me go read how this is worded. Probably should have assumed this would be a thing.
Since Nomad is
Yeah,
telling
it
me
doesn't
to knock him
protect
the
you
fuck
from
out.
these things.
Spoiler
alert.
Strike.
I have this spell. I know how it works.
And interfere when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack. You can spend a key to it. Yeah, absolutely.
I will attempt a stunning strike.
I sure do wish that you would not.
Could succeed.
He could. Oh, he does.
Oh, and he does. Well, I've done everything that I can.
You did.
Except that's just a free action. I still have my whole turn.
I was going to
Let's
say,
do
you
it.
have your entire turn still.
Other question.
Yes.
Let's see here. No, okay. Alright. Ignore that question. Yeah, Nomad has told me what to do. I'm going to keep trying to do it. I will swing my weapon. Not recklessly, he's restrained.
And pro.
And pro.
32 slams in. Sorry, which one is this on?
Same guy.
Yeah, that is a big old hit. The sword does no damage, but it is a hit. Big enough
Does
hit
it
to try to connect if you want.
Does it apply a bleed?
Hits apply a wound. It's I feel like it's reasonable that if it does no damage, it wouldn't wound.
Yeah,
him.
Totally agree. Totally
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah.
Totally agree. Hard agree, but I will try another stunning strike.
It wounds him emotionally.
Yeah, emotional wounds.
Yeah, he's good at these.
Balls. Gotta keep trying. I'm almost out of key. I can't keep spending all my key.
Yeah.
I need to save
You have
some key. I've got my short rest potion, but I
Yeah.
need to save it.
a rainy day.
Fuck him. Stunning strike. Mother of God. This guy has
What is
rolled
wrong with him?
like a bastard.
He sure is. That's a lot of 15 plus rolls.
Unarmed strike. I will make this work. Nordo was just wailing on this guy's head because no one had told Ungamoog to knock him the fuck out, and
Yeah.
there's no damage happening. It's like that. What's that movie? I can't even think of the movie I'm thinking of right now. Just repeatedly punching the guy in the face and
Oh,
just not reacting at all.
I mean, for what it's worth, he's jostling. You're very clearly fucking with him.
Yeah,
but
shake the brain.
he does seem to be holding strong. Oh, I said
Right.
it out loud on accident.
There we go.
Um,
Now he is stunned.
He'll burn his first.
Oh, this guy's
Oh,
got
no.
legendaries. What a rat bastard.
Oh,
Right.
He's
no,
good.
he wants to live. He has not
That's-
even got a real turn yet. He
Turn.
wants to live.
Alright, well, Nordo spends his turn just repeatedly punching, kicking, and biting this guy in the face, trying to knock him out. And then telepathically he's like, it ain't fucking working.
Alright, excellent. That it for you?
Let's see, that's my action, my bonus action. You know what? If that's not working, he is going to go see what's going on in this other room. I'll step to right here and presumably provoke attacks.
Yes, the warden will take it, but Weaver will not. Big old miss.
I'll miss. And then if this door is locked, I'll try to, to the extent that I can knock it open with just movement, I will.
This one
If
appears
it's
to be-
unlocked, I'll just walk through.
Yeah, it appears to be kind of just a normal wooden door. It opens right up.
Alright, cool. I'll push it open.
Inside, you find what appears to be kind of like a front desk. You can see there's a little bookshelf behind it. There's a globe or a map in the corner. A door out to the main hallway. And then another door, and that one appears to be kind of heavy duty. That leads into another room in the bottom left there.
Okay. I assume with just movement, so there's nothing I can do to try to go through this door.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'll just, I'll back up from it so I can at least see into that room and see what's going on.
Alright, excellent. End of your turn. I think this time Weaver wants to use a legendary. It does not like anything that is happening. Does it want to cast a spell? I think he wants to cast a spell. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it gets him out of that? Yeah, he absolutely wants to cast a spell. Okay. Any reactions? I think you already burned counterspell, yeah?
Yeah, I counterspell already.
Uh,
Hasn't been my turn yet.
Not yet. It's coming up at 19. Then he begins to cast a spell, and as he does, you see that he whips into a wind of blades.
Hurrah.
Unfortunately, Ace is out of his line of sight initially, so he cannot target him with that last one.
Probably couldn't see me anyways, so.
Yeah. But in this order, here comes a Steel Wind Strike on Moat, then Vasu, then Norda, then Nomad.
So I'm number 4. 17 misses.
I was going to say, I think Nomad misses, everybody else hits.
Yep.
Is he up here next to me?
And he does. He wants the fuck out of that room for sure.
Does his movement trigger an opportunity attack?
Hell
teleport.
no, it's a
Not
teleport.
even with Sentinel?
Not even with-
Hold on. I was about to ask that exact question. It's a teleport.
It is a teleport.
He goes to try and use it, and my ward flares up, and he cannot teleport it.
Oh no!
So
Delicious.
he just stabs the first person and it's like, aha!
Son of a
Oh, fuck.
bitch. Okay, hang on, let me go read how this works.
That's so great.
That's so fucking
To get like any
beautiful.
sort of save, or does he just not do it?
He cannot
10
teleport
feet.
to or from a space within 120 feet of me.
Fucking hell.
Wait, then how did?
God.
Oh, I guess Anton was way ahead of us. To use the
Yeah.
thing.
Also, Anton
he
wasn't
was.
teleporting. He was.
Well, he used this to teleport, didn't he?
He was way ahead of Mo.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Fucking hell. I think the implication is that you're doing a nothing personnel kid before each one of these hits, which I'm gonna say means the
Yeah.
whole spell just flat out fails. Fuck.
It's so fucking beautiful.
God damn it. Okay,
MVP
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
excellent.
Mwah.
Moat coming in clutch.
God damn it.
What did that avoid? Hold on, let me add it up here.
That also means he's still prone and restrained in that fucking fissure he can't teleport out of.
112 points of damage.
Cool. That's his legendary action. Let's go and mark that one down.
That's almost as much as one hit from Ace.
For real, that was fucking gnarly. Okay. That'll bring us to Vasu.
I do more attack. First on the guy who is still prone, because he's still prone. If I'm
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, he is prone and restrained. You got all sorts of advantage.
19.
19 hits, but you find that the blade just kind of bounces off of him. He seems to be magically protected.
Oh, you're just a rat bastard.
Stun
aren't
him.
You? You think
Stun
you're-
him.
Yeah, you think you're cute or something? How about this? And I close my eyes for a brief second and attach to his key, and I need him to make a con save,
Oh, God.
assuming that still works if I don't actually damage him.
It does. We'll see. Nordo
It's
almost
a
got through.
fifth time as a charm here.
Damn
Holy
it.
fuck.
What's your DC? 20, right?
Not, it's like 19.
Oh, 19.
He's
I
only
think
got
we're
a
the
plus
same
7. He just keeps rolling like fucking 15s.
Yep.
All right, I'll get back to you later. But first, your big friend over here.
No, he has a
And,
plus 10.
Yeah, it's 10 total.
So
Oh,
the warden-
gross. That's a crit for 38. He takes every ounce of that.
Give me a con save on him too. Because why not?
Why not?
Why not? Ah, damn.
Rubit's pretty good.
Both of you are so focused and strong. I'm so proud of you. I'm still gonna beat the fuck out of you, but I'm proud of you. Stay focused, guys. Stay sharp. And here's a flirt. Bam, bam. 30, 32.
Both of those hit. 26. Bits
Fuck
and
it, I've got
pieces are
key.
just flying off.
Give me one more con save.
Alright, here we go. Because I think Nomad knows it.
Yeah, he actually has it. It's not prepared, but he has it.
Alright, he's holding strong. This thing is trying to line up to get some attacks going. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, at the end of your turn, the Warden really doesn't like all these stunning strikes. Or... Yeah, no, it doesn't like that one bit. It is going to try to grab Vasu again. 23? Oh, sorry, 18 because he's restrained.
It's a
Damn
miss.
it. Alright, that brings us to this guy. He gets an actual turn. How about that?
First, he's immune to damage.
Sure is. Sure is.
He is not immune to this. He needs a charisma saving throw.
Oh,
Does he take
fuck.
wound damage? Because that's
It's still damage.
Yep, it appears that he is immune to all damage.
weird.
But he's not good at charisma saves.
It's not that bad. He is baned until he moves away from me. He has to be away 10 feet, more than 10 feet away from me.
Gross. Alright, okay, alright. Well, he knows that that spell doesn't work, which is a fucking nightmare. What can he do without teleporting?
Die.
He's restrained.
He just cry himself to sleep. The final sleep.
Oh, fuck, that takes concentration. That takes concentration. You know what? It's time for some old classic. With a twisted snarl. Frustrated, but somewhat relieved that his magic is held, and that he has not just been instantly murdered out of nowhere by the invaders. He is going to point a finger towards Moat. And there is just very briefly a flash of green light that zaps like lightning towards Moat. This has a minus D4 because of the Bane, which I believe means it's going to automatically hit. Or miss, rather. That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, huge miss.
Fuck. He can't stand up because he's restrained, which means that's his whole turn.
Nice.
At the end of his turn, the Subjugation Warden is going to use his last legendary to try one more time to cuff Vasu.
That looked like a... No, never mind.
19, I think, still misses. Which will bring us to Nomad's turn.
Nomad's like, I have this spell, so it's quite a weird puzzle you brought here. You and me. I like this. I like this banter we have.
I was going to say, we're gonna be getting into the serious counterspell wars here in just a second.
Yeah. Bonus action increased DC by 22.
Hate that.
Seeker missile.
On who?
On the ward. I'm sorry, the Weaver, the guy on the ground.
On the Weaver.
If he fails, he's incapacitated.
Alternatively, you can opt to purchase no benefit. Name target isn't in range. Target must succeed on intelligence or become incapacitated. That's shitty. He wouldn't know what spell you're casting, but he would make assumptions, having you seen spells before. He will try to counterspell it, and he tries to counterspell it with a... Well, I'm gonna... What do you do?
I counterspell him.
Excellent.
Back. That's 11. Come on, let me just...
Yeah, the counterspell works. He's gonna make the save.
Okay.
Fuck me. This is not the spell he was expecting. He's okay at these, but I don't want to jinx it. Oh, God. So first of all, a minus D4 from the Bane, which means we're at 15.
praise be.
He needs to get up to 22, and he's got 3 chances to do it.
Does he only have 2?
He gets 1 back at the start of each turn.
Ugh.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh.
16,
praise be.
20. Oh, my God.
He only needs to roll a 1.
Anything but a 1. Oh, thank fuck.
Oh, of course.
That is all of his legendaries gone, but he is able to resist those effects.
That's me.
And
Spending 11 mana with nothing.
He is in fucking trouble. Alright, excellent. At the end of your turn, he's out of legendary actions. He can't use his legendary action because of the fucking teleport. Means nothing happens, and it goes to the Warden.
If this thing counts as an ally of Anton, it also needs a charisma save.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I'm just rock hard.
God damn it.
It is also bait.
Shit. Alright, well, it's going to do what it does. It's going to try to do what it does. You see that at the core of what its head would be, although it's probably just a weird pyramid shape, there is a momentary pulse, this weird vibrating sensation, like a giant grasshopper somewhere in the distance. You can all feel a tingle at the base of your neck, and I need a wisdom saving throw from everybody within 30 feet. This is a save against... it doesn't say it. This seems like a charm effect. I'm going to say it's a save against charm.
He doesn't have to see us.
Correct. Yeah, you basically just have to be able to hear him.
I'm not very good at saves.
Ooh, this is bad. We all rolled real bad.
Yeah.
On a 21 or higher, you are safe. If you have failed, you must use your reaction to harm your nearest ally. You can move up to half your speed towards them if necessary, and then you basically repeat the last hostile thing that you did, except targeting your ally instead.
Oh goodness.
If the last hostile thing that I did was, like, an attack action and but like, is it just like the most recent thing?
Yeah, it would be like the most recent thing that you did.
Okay. Last thing I did was punch this guy in the face with an arm strike, so I'll try that on Vasu.
I already used my reaction.
That's true.
I don't
wait.
think I did.
No, I
Sorry,
didn't.
no. I get sneak attack again, right?
If he can't see you, then yeah. Or if you have advantage for any reason.
I have advantage because he can see himself.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Mm. Do you have advantage? Because I can see you.
Can you see me?
Jeez.
I have true sight with you.
Just clamp my big old turtle jaws into Vasu's shoulder and rip out some feathers and bones.
Ow. Fucking gnarly.
Also, I'm an aberration. I think you have advantage anyway.
I don't have advantage. I just do more. I just do 4 extra damage to you.
Gotcha.
I'm so excited to see this ace damage.
Oh,
shit.
Jesus. Also, Vasu, I also need a con save.
Well, this makes
And
sense.
I don't mean to forestall the wound, but the last time I did a -5 for +10. I don't know if I have to do that
I
or not.
understand.
Yeah,
you do.
You do.
Do it.
So that's going to be 39 psychic damage.
39 psychic damage.
I'm not resistant to psychic, so I'll just take it on.
Ow. What a fun day. What a wonderful time we're all having.
Vasu, can I get a con save?
He
Is he
might
here?
still be AFK.
Oh, okay.
We can resolve it as soon as he gets back.
Wait, are you going to try and stun him as well?
Well, that's what the last thing I did was
Yeah.
punch that guy in the face and try to stun him.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yep. Boy. Alright. Nomad, did you save or fail?
On what? I failed, but I used my reaction.
Oh, that's right. You already used your reaction. Nordo's
was it
good,
39?
Mo's good.
How much damage?
39. Yeah.
Thank you.
Boy.
No, I'm sorry.
I look fine. He looks kind of proud even, like, you're the only one who can hurt me.
And then we're going to try to reach out with one of each of his hands around one of each of Moat's shoulders. He basically tries to just grab you by the arms and then draw and quarter you. We'll see how it goes. Pretty sure... Well, the 24 might hit, but let's see what the Bane does to it. That does bring it to a 20, which I think misses.
Yep, it would have hit except for the Bane. Thank God.
Bane will do it. Alright, that is his turn.
Did he not seem at all interested in the Illithid?
Boy. What's your passive insight?
My passive insight, it's like 20-something, 25.
It is unusual to you that he doesn't seem to be prioritizing Nomad.
It seemed like it was maybe reprogrammed like we did with the other ones.
Seems reasonable. Seems like a valid guess. But yeah, unlike most of the other SDR bots that you've seen, even the one that Mick Eckhart had that had been reprogrammed still had some latent attraction to Nomad. This one doesn't seem to at all. It seems to be kind of just taking orders and behaving kind of like you would expect from any old henchman. Speaking of any old henchman, there is a sudden rattle of a door handle, Nordo and Vasu and Moat to the bottom left of the room, you see that door opens, and popping out from it is what appears to be the exact same dude,
Oh no.
who then begins to cast a spell. Maybe.
I haven't got shit. I already used counterspell to no effect.
Moat, how does your teleportation blocker work?
Let me read it to you exactly as it says here.
God damn it.
Warded creatures cannot teleport to or from spaces within 120 feet of you.
God, that's such a big AoE. Yeah,
120 feet?
he
To or from. I like the energy that you read that with. Thank you.
well, he learns his lesson. He tries to cast a spell and find that it totally fizzles and does nothing.
I just wink at him.
That was a lot of mana.
Son of a bitch. Cool. That brings us to Moat.
Well, I've got something stupid to try. I'm going to start with some attacks on the subjugation guy in front of me. Oh, is he restrained?
He is restrained. 24 is good for 25 points of slashing fire.
Second attack.
Uh, 21 is good for another 25. Very consistent.
Okay, I don't know how this works with restrained, but I'm gonna try. So with my bonus action, while I'm kind of like harrying him with the axe, I try to just sweep my shield under his leg, and I'm gonna try to knock him prone on top of the Weaver on the ground.
Excellent. Sure. Let's see. Make a save against that. Ooh, that's not great. Yeah, you are able to kind of catch him at a weird angle. He's not able to position himself well against this. And he goes toppling prone. Definitely lands with a crash on top of this Weaver, who seems to be magically warded from any of the crushing damage that definitely would have happened. But he's now, like, pinned under this thing in addition to all of his other problems.
Cool, that's fine, I'll take it. That's action, bonus, and I'm not moving, I'm good.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, let's see, he's already done this. Oh, no, wait, he just got his turn back, so he should be here. Let's do some legendary action. The Warden, with disadvantage, is going to try to cuff. It's got to be Moat. Moat is causing so many problems currently. Uh, 15 will be a big old man. Let's see, the pinned Exonanos is going to spend 2 to cast a spell. Yeah, I think this time, instead of trying to do an attack, I need... is Vasu back? Do we have Vasu here?
I think he's dead.
I think he might be dead. He maybe,
Maybe did.
Alright. He is going to point a finger once again at Moat. But this time you see that there is a ring of blood that sprays out from the base of his finger. And you see that the entire finger kind of like flies off like a magic missile towards Moat, splashes against the chest, almost like a paintball. Blood just kind of splatters across the breastplate. And I need a Constitution saving throw. Yep. This whole person again this time.
Let's go down this road again.
I'm so glad
Ruh-roh.
that Eli's getting to do something this game.
I felt so bad.
Oh my god.
You should.
You should.
I should. It's all true.
Ooh,
It was real rude.
boy.
I just figured eventually he would like save one of them.
I did, right after I got hit by it. Consistently.
At first, it kind of seems silly. Like this, he literally shoots his finger at you. It splats with kind of a bloody squelch against your chest plate. And then you see it starts to regrow on his hand. And at first, you don't really even feel any sort of effect of this. But then you start to feel this horrible twisting sensation right at your sternum that spreads across your ribcage. You feel your heart beginning to beat faster and faster. You take 62 points of necrotic damage. Vasu and Gordo can see veins beginning to kind of pop around Moat's neck. And this horrible ashy gray color spreads up from underneath his chest plate. to like the base of his jawline. That is him. Does he want to do? Well, of course he does. We're fighting for life over here. Well, he needs to get a little closer before he can do that. So he'll save it. So that'll
Does he use has a spell to teleport?
He is not. He tried, but it failed.
He can try again.
I think he'll pass. That'll bring us to Ace.
All right, I'm just gonna squeeze up in here, and then I'm just gonna shoot this thing in the face,
Oh,
and then
no.
I'm gonna squeeze back out.
Stop.
So -5 for +10 for all of them.
Yep.
Just assume it's that unless I say otherwise.
Yeah, I will.
Just like my reckless attacks.
Oh yeah.
Assuming a 25 hits for 39 damage of acid.
39 acid damage is good. Pause real quick. Let's jump back to Vasu. Nordo bit you very hard.
Yeah, I think I need to save on that thing that made Nordo bite me first. Sorry, I just threw up for like 5 minutes
Oh,
straight.
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
What happened?
I think I got a little bit of food poisoning
Oh,
from
no.
the Taco John's I had for lunch today.
We
You
were
say
just
Taco
talking about
John's?
tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you got to take it easy, take it easy.
I'm alright.
Okay. In that
what
case,
do I
get
what
fucked.
do
I
I-
need a wisdom save. And also, you take a bunch of damage.
a wisdom save and then some damage because Nordo bit me like a rude boy, and then I think
And-
it's a save from him too,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Why'd you bite me,
I had to. I didn't have a choice.
you bastard rabid turtle man?
But I did enjoy it. It tasted like chicken.
14.
Oh, sick. The good news is you get to hit him or Moat back. Your choice.
No, it has to be mode. I was down here when this started.
Oh, that is true. That's true.
Is it the closest person
It
to
is
me?
closest ally.
Okay. Even like does that even consider like reach too? Because like I could definitely hit Nordo.
But Mo is literally closer.
I'll tell you this. If you feel that Vasu has any like deep-seated issues with Nordo, I'll let you hit Nordo instead of Moto if you feel like it.
It
does
might be
now.
like it might be like a meta thing.
I think it's actually the worst. Like, I think it's the better for the enemies option if you attack Nordo, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. You attack either one. It's fine.
I'll do a coin flip for it.
Okay.
1 is Moat, 2 is Nordo.
Mind control is the best CC.
I
Everybody,
deserve this.
everybody.
I also like the mental
Like,
image
that's
of like out of nowhere Vasu and Nordo just getting into like a tumbling fist fight in the corner.
Come
of the
no
room.
close.
Monk off!
I'm the better monk. Oh
Does it-
god.
Does a 26 hit?
It sure does. Cats are peacefully walking past each other.
Who attacks first in this situation?
So
I'm higher in initiative.
anytime
I have more decks though.
anytime that two things happen with ambiguous timing, the tiebreaker is determined by whose active turn it was.
Rollies.
But I'm gonna say rollies because that's more fun. So higher number goes first.
Just a D20.
Yep.
Get fucked.
Oh!
Hey!
More like give me a con save, bitch.
I was gonna say there's a chance that you stun him before he's able to get up here.
Yeah,
and
then I'll
stun
get
you.
to stun too.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, and I don't have the advantage because I don't have my Cloud Piercer. Yeah, I'm
Yes!
stunned as fuck.
I think I just saved myself from being half killed by Nordo.
Pretty much. I am curious though. You should do a con save
Yeah.
just to see.
But also, what was the damage that I would have taken from his? And I know
15.
I heard it was a big bite. Oh, only 15.
It wasn't all that bad. It was 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Ace, I think Ace is the one that like really fucked it.
Oh, you would've
Oh yeah,
been
I hit Nomad for 39 psychic damage.
But still,
All right, Back to the Future. Nordo's stunned.
Back to the
Ace,
Future.
Ace, you've done one attack on this big guy. He looks to be on death's door.
Second attack
Sorry, Nordo.
for 30 more damage.
That will finish
fire.
off. And just like every SDR bot that you fought before, as this one dies, it begins to just wither away into this fine silvery powder.
All
You do see...
crowd control should be friendly fire. It's the
I
most
agree.
fun. I love it.
It is the most fun crowd control. You do see that when this dissolves away, there is something that is left behind, which is atypical for SDR bot.
Can I use my item rare action to pick it up?
Absolutely. It is a little silver canister about the size of a water bottle.
And then I, much like our good friend Dr. Zoidberg, and just
Seems wild.
get out of there.
Uh,
Can I use my bonus action to like investigate it?
I think that's literally a thing you can do as an investigator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. You have Tinker's Tools too. I would let you give me investigation or Tinker's Tools.
They're exactly the same.
Perfect. Fire away. You look it over quickly, and it appears to be some sort of a mechanical or arcano-mechanical doodad. It is clearly made of Benoisia, a strange material. You're pretty quickly able to determine that Nomad isn't able to see it, which means you've kind of got like a weird ghostly image of it, because you can only see it through one of your eyes. And you were able to see that it does have kind of engraved on it the symbol of the Weaver's cult. The eye with the spider web around it.
All right, I'm gonna drop it in my bag of holding so that it's not on my person.
Delightful.
Technically.
In the background, you should find a list of everything valuable in your bag of holding for me. Just start writing those things down. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
It's okay. I actually don't even know what I have in there. I forget what the last thing we can put in there is.
Yeah.
I'm too weak to carry anything, so it's probably literally all of my stuff.
Let me know if you have anything of real sentimental value in there for me. Anyway, just kidding. Nordo, you're now whiplashed to the worst form of crowd control and get to do nothing. Have fun.
It's payback for yesterday.
It is.
It is. I deserve this. I deserve this.
I have no guilt.
At least you aren't like burning my child inside of a trunk while you're stunned. Also.
Yeah, that was pretty
True.
Fucking traumatic.
He could though.
Is this fucker still immune to damage?
As far as
Yes.
you can tell, yes.
But this guy's not. This guy's like his identical twin.
I look at the guy on the ground near death and I say, "Hey, you're a real dick. And I hate your style." And imagine I say it in Vasu's voice, and I'm very disappointed. And then I fly over here and I beat up his twin. Sorry, I threw up a lot of the energy I had going.
You're okay.
This is an advantage because I move so fast. 16.
16 misses.
Dang. How about a 28?
That will hit. He cannot stop that.
How about a con save? Because I don't want this fucker to cast a spell that makes it so I can't hurt him more too.
But he's not good at these.
That's fine. Yeah, how's it feel to be... I jam my spear between his eyes and I say, yeah, how's it feel to be stunned, motherfucker? Do you like that?
All right.
Is this good for you? Is this as good for you as it is for me?
Well, we'll find out. He does still have legendaries to try.
No, that's an 11. He's not gonna do
15,
it. Nope.
17?
Nope.
Last one?
Damn
22.
it!
Alright, he is out of resistances.
So halfway through my shit talking, he starts moving again, and I say, "Oh, big tough guy, are you? Aren't you, fucker?" Flurry. And does that hit?
It sure does. Another 12
Give me another
slashing.
Give me another con save.
Oh, fuck, but he's out of legendaries.
That's the point.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
There we
No!
go.
And then I just punch him again, but I imagine it's just like a boink right between the eyes with two fingers.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, I wasn't finished fucking talking, guy. How's it feel to be fucking stunned? And I kick him again.
Yeah, some
That's
real
my turn.
Three Stooges stuff. 29 is good for another 9 on this guy.
That's my whole turn, and then I'm gonna throw up on him a little, and then I'm gonna back up.
Alright.
I'm not actually gonna do that one part.
Vasu, you're so stunning.
Thanks. I spent 4 ki on that one turn.
Fuck me. Well, I mean, it worked. You stunned one of the two
So at least you
bosses.
accomplished something. I spent 5 ki doing nothing to the last guy.
All right.
Same, 11 mana. Absolutely nothing.
I think it is time. He's going to use legendary actions. And he's the one that is prone and nearly dead, but currently invincible, is going to cast a spell.
God, I hate him.
Don't have a counter spells yet.
Why didn't I get Mage Slayer?
He extends a hand up into the air, kind of just encompassing all of you, waves it in a cone. There is a flash of brilliant light that sprays out. I don't think he's going to be able to hit every... I think he's going to have to choose between Nordo and Moat here. And then he's not going to hit Ace because of line of sight. Boy, Moat has fucked with him so much, but he doesn't know it. He doesn't know that you're the reason he can't teleport. And I think he's more afraid of that stunning strike that Nordo and Vasu keep trying. So this is going to be on Nordo, Vasu, and Nomad. Ace is thankfully covered by being around the corner.
Thanks, corner.
I need each person to roll a d8 to determine which one of these rays of light hits you.
Can I roll just for funsies?
Sure.
Sorry, was it me or Moat that is not hit?
Moat is safe and Ace is safe.
Okay.
I rolled
Oh,
a one.
Ace, you would have been the fun one.
Yeah, but I'm good at Dex, so let's see if I would have made it.
Oh, sweet, I get Dex. Praise be.
I'm bad at deck.
Oh, I would have had you.
You would have
I
had
would
me.
have had you. Well, there's still a wisdom save. You should do that for funsies too.
Oh, I'm bad at those.
Oh no, I'm restrained.
Ace would be on another plane right now. I'm so disappointed.
Oh,
Oh, what plane would I have gone to?
Who knows, man?
My god, I fucking succeeded in deck save.
real quick thing that I just remembered that happened while I was in the bathroom and only listening, but that I have to ask.
Sure.
This guy, or was it this one? One of them shot their gross finger at Nordo.
Yeah, the top one.
And I know it was technically a spell.
Yes.
Can I deflect?
I don't think so, but I'm gonna go look because I love the
I think he rolled that was like you could do cantrips.
Oh right, I did rule because of your elemental thing that you can do like elemental cantrips.
Yeah, this is probably not.
But no,
This is like a 7th level.
It's
It was
like
like
a 7th level
Yeah.
spell, and it's also not elemental.
But how cool would it have been?
It would have been pretty cool. Alright, there's an eruption of just chaotic magical energy. I think somebody took a bunch of fire damage. It sounds like Nomad saved. A
So half my fire damage.
lot of bad deck saves from people that are usually good at deck saves.
Yeah,
no, I failed and I
I'm
always
restrained for the first time in Vasu's life, probably. Like he's been stunned and otherwise CC'd a lot before, but this is I
That's
don't know.
exciting.
He's probably been restrained before too.
Unfortunately, he's also restrained and can't teleport out of it, which is the worst thing that has ever happened to him in his life.
Vasu is also like turning into stone on a pretty high DC con save.
That is true.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like read the rest of that.
Oh, oh no!
Like you gotta make 3 DC 20 con saves where you're
I
gonna
saw
turn
the
into fucking
repeated
stone.
I saw the repeated saves, but didn't realize that they were con saves. That makes this a lot more scary, you guys.
That's exciting. That's fun. Cool. And now it's his actual turn. Let's get those legendary actions back. Let's get one of the resistances back.
I
This
have to
started
get 3 saves to not.
so well.
Fuck! What is this?
Well, it's also 3 fails. It's whether you get first 3 saves or 3 fails.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like death saves.
It's like death save.
Except instead of dying, you become a pretty statue.
Why do you always do this to me?
The dice just love you. This literally was an AoE. I didn't do shit.
I'm not even a pretty statue this time. I'm not like a silver monument. I'm just turned into stone.
Fuck,
Well, then pose well, my dude.
I forgot that's how Philo started out. Is just
Yeah,
immediately getting
that,
turned
that
to
was like
silver.
the second or third session that I was ever in with you.
Yeah,
Is this that silver basilisk motherfucker?
it sure is.
God.
What was his name? Something French.
He was an orc. I don't remember his name, but I'll never forgive him.
Something Demo.
That was where me and my group playing that like alt universe first learned that an insight check is a thing. Fuck's like, yeah, if you guys ever want to see if somebody's lying or not, you should try an insight check.
All right, let's do this. He's got a turn. It's go time. What do I feel like he has not done this yet? Is this his first non-surprise turn? Surely not.
I just had one.
Anyway, let's go.
He just used a turn to teleport last time.
All right. Vasu is restrained. Is that true?
Yeah.
Does he know the difference between what you're doing and actual magic? Hell yeah, he does. Okay. This is going to be on Moat then instead. He is going to hold one of his hands up towards Moat, and there's a little bit of crackle of a green draining light. Disadvantage. No! That would have been so good. That is a miss even before the Bane, so that is no good on Moat. Fuck me. Who do I want to do this on? Who has hit the hardest here? It's been Ace, but you're not visible.
Does Moat have that one aura that like you get a bonus to being near him for your saves?
Yes,
I've got a baby aura though.
10 feet? I'm within 2. What is this? What is that out of curiosity?
+5.
Oh, that might have
You're
actually.
15. You're 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm within 10 feet.
Okay, I'll remember that.
You still would have failed, Vasu.
Yeah, this only makes it an 18. Thanks, Moat.
I'm sorry. When you get turned to stone, I'll undo it.
What do you mean when?
Because that drain failed, he's going to try to lock eyes with Moat and just take over you for a little while. You see that his eyes begin to glow green. These jagged horns begin to grow out. They're clearly some sort of a magical effect, but it almost appears that he takes on the appearance of a dragon. And I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Moat.
I assume this is a charm?
It is a charm. God damn it. You are having absolutely none of this. You feel this seething influence try to creep into your mind. And you're just... You're very well trained against this sort of effect, and you're able to dispel it. Which means the only thing he can still do is cast another spell. And he's already burned through all of those. He's done that. That would be concentration. I can't believe how long this spell has stayed up. It's kind of nice.
It's hard to break, which is the cool thing.
I cannot express my dissatisfaction with not being able to use Steel Wind Strike right now. It is his staple. It is his key damaging spell. Aside from those, but he's only got... Wait, how many of these? Oh, we can't do one more of those. Yeah, let's do it. This is going to be on Norda with disadvantage. 20?
20 will hit.
Oh my god.
That's so many damages.
Yeah, you see that this just quick flash of green light flies out of one of his fingertips through the door to Nordo. 71 points of necrotic damage, or force damage, I forget. Doesn't matter. Boy,
That was half my hit points.
Yeah, you see it slams in probably around like the edges of the shell, and it just begins to flake and wither away. There's kind of just this dark crimson that begins to peel out from the edge like a tooth that's recently been pulled. Grievous, very serious wound.
Oh, hey. I had the... it still happens. I just get some health back because I have my... Traumative healing potion on. So I get 48 plus 4 back.
Excellent.
And I can't fail the con save.
That is his turn, which brings us to Nomad.
Let's see. He's immune to poison, we learned recently.
I think he's immune to this guy. He's immune to all damage right now. I think that's why. That's why my
prior to the spell. Did you?
Yes, I think poison didn't affect him prior to the spell.
Correct.
Gotcha. That ruins this plan. Okay. So I'm just gonna fucking be like, this is so fucking stupid. And he lowers down. He drifts down a little so the guy can't see him. And then he just, in everyone's mind, Unga Bunga eyes.
Oh no.
I'll close my eyes.
Yeah. Bonus action. Increase the DC to 22.
But he can't counterspell you if you're over there.
I know, but I'm picking a point in the room. Let me just... The DC is 22. He has a minus D4. And I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern in that fucking...
No!
I don't have many spells prepared.
Is Hypnotic Pattern a charm?
Let me see. I think if you're immune to charm, it doesn't affect you. I believe.
I think that's true.
Yeah, there you go. Well
Pattern.
charmed. It's a charm. It's a fucking charm.
It's
Shit,
a charm.
Fuck. He's immune to charm too. How many immunities are gonna give a fucking person back?
As many as the stat block lets me. Welcome to level 20. Yeah, you drop the Hypnotic Pattern. Those of you in the room kind of have to avert your eyes and do have to make wisdom saves, although you guys have coordinated this plan. I'll let you do it with advantage. And those of you who succeed can see that Actually, let me double check this guy. Can be affected. Cool. It appears that neither one of them are affected by this.
Cool. I just end the effect.
Yeah.
And then I walk back inside and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go. And he pulls out a rag and ethanol.
The old-fashioned way. All right, excellent. Anything else?
No, that's all. Item interaction, pull out rag and ethanol.
That brings us to this boy who's stunned. Awesome. Gets 1 legendary resistance back. And that brings us to Moat.
Yes, hold on 1 second, I'm reading something.
Sure thing. And yeah, to be fair, the whole binary problem is that starts as soon as you get 3rd level spells. That's not just a level 20 thing. Good old 5e.
Boy, let's try something incredibly stupid.
Love it. Hit me.
This guy's stunned down here, right?
The bottom guy is stunned. The middle one is just restrained.
I'm gonna spend some sorcery points and quicken a command onto this middle guy.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bless you. Is it a charm? It's not a charm.
It is.
That's
Command is not a charm.
You're not immune to it from being immune to charm
Thank
either.
you for-
Yeah, it's super weird, but this is the one that gets through. Alright, let's find out. He's only got 1 legendary to burn if he fucks this up.
If.
No!
Oh my
thanks.
god.
No!
Roll your
He should go ahead and
legendary.
just use his
Nah.
legendary.
Just use it.
I mean, he can't get through it even with it, and it's a meta effect. He fails. What do you command him to do? Protect yourself? Defend?
Yeah, I command him to defend. No, how do I do this? How
You can
does
get
Moat do
the-
this?
You could
I-
like daydream or like
Daydream.
I command him to comply, and I'm holding my action for his turn.
Okay, I like the creativity here. I think that turns a level 1 spell into a level 2 spell, like you're mimicking a suggestion almost. Well,
If it does, I won't do it. I'll find a different word.
I was gonna say, if you can find a different word, I think that would be a little better.
Let me see here.
It feels like loopholing a way into doing more than 1 word, basically.
Submit? Does that work?
Mutiny.
Submit works. Absolutely, submit works.
Cool. I will command him to submit, and I'm holding my action for his turn.
Fuck. Alright, excellent. Ace.
I'll pop my head in. Mo, does he need to see you?
Nope.
Perfect. I'm going to stand on top of his body, encapsulating him in darkness so he can't see anyone, and cast spells.
Damn it. Alright, excellent. Anything else?
the other one's to kill him before something happens.
Okay. And then I'm going to shoot the other guy.
Alright, he's stunned. He's fucked up.
Uh, 27 for 48 thunder damage.
Ow. He takes... let me double check, actually. He takes half of that. 24 thunder damage.
Why does he take half of it?
You see a very faint flicker of that same kind of green energy that seems to be shielding him. It appears that he has an effect similar to the main one.
Does it look like it's a concentration thing? Because he's stunned. I don't know.
Apparently not, because he is stunned.
Alright, I'll shoot him again then.
It looks familiar to you from the fight against that weird weave spider that you had in Unrush.
Okay,
Oh,
critical hit
fuck
for...
me.
Let's see, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, 42, I think. Oh, wait, more than that. 46.
46 acid damage.
Ow.
That's my turn.
Alright, that one is looking extremely fucked up. The other one looks extremely fucked up. And also, like, he's got a bit of a haze going over his eyes. Nordo, you're no longer
Okay.
stunned.
I watch these two arrows go flying out of this orb of darkness and slam into this guy. I'll go try to finish him off. Action. Attack him.
31 is good. 18 points of slashing.
He's prone if a 27 would have hit.
Sure does.
Second attack.
Uh, 29 is good for 14.
Yep, and 2 strength saves. I forgot about that.
Big old no. He is also restrained.
Cool.
Vines burst up out of the foundation.
I would like to open my big old turtle beak as wide as I can, put one jaw on the left side of his head and one jaw on the right, and try to rip his head off with my mouth.
Woo! You do, and as you do, at first there is kind of the normal expected warmth of flesh and bone, but shortly after the head is severed, there is a rapid kind of burst of cool. You feel the head turns to snow and ice in your mouth, and it begins to just crumble like a slushy. You look down and see that the rest of the body is doing the same.
Nordo slurps up that delicious lizard boy's slushy.
Lizard Slurpee.
Uses reaction to do Spine of the Cloud Piercer. That's my action and my bonus action and my reaction, and I don't want to move anymore. I guess actually I will step into this room back here and see what's in there.
Yeah, through the open door you can see what appears to be kind of just a private bedchamber. Very meager. It also looks like it has recently been packed up, like he's in the process of getting ready to move out. Either that or he just lives very minimally.
Okay.
It just has a bed and a dresser, and that's basically it.
Great. Nordo looks with some pretty serious confusion about this guy turning into snow and is like, "Did you fellas know this guy was made of snow?" And
Yeah, I
steps over to
figured.
this one. How the fuck would you know something like that?
I used the spell recently to make Numad.
I don't think Nordo was there for that. All right, that's my turn.
Excellent.
No one questioned why there was another Nomad.
We all had this. We all saw the spell scroll. Like, does anyone want this? I want this, and we're all just like, what could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong having another nomad?
There's always been 2.
Yeah, as you guys met in the arena, there were 2 of them, right? It was Blastoff, Death Phoenix, all of you guys,
Nomad,
Flick,
Bromad.
and 2 nomads.
Nomad, Bromad.
All right, Vasu,
Yeah,
you're up.
as far as I know, there's always been at least 3. There's been Nomad, Legion, Dingus. There's gotta... Anywho,
Love
Boss's-
that name.
Boss is gonna fly up to this guy, and very aggressively and clearly confused, shout, "Are you gonna turn into snow too?"
He doesn't really respond. He's...
Doesn't wait for a response.
Oh, yeah.
Is he in dark?
So he's in darkness right now,
He
Okay.
is. That hits and...
but it cancels that. But it cancels out.
It hits and does nothing.
You frustrate me so much. He's still like restrained too, right?
Oh, yeah, he's all sorts of fucked.
I go in here and see if there's any other fucking simulacrums in this room.
Okay. You don't spot anything. What's your passive?
Passive is 15.
No signs of any other creatures or simulacrums. Appears to be just kind of a simple bedroom that's been mostly packed up.
What about in here?
Likewise, kind of a front desk. There's still a couple of papers that are shuffled around on top of the desk, but a lot of it has been packed up into like a little wooden crate.
I'll, assuming this door right here isn't already open as well, I will kind of kick it open. I've all the movement speed in the world to make that little roundabout. I'll just be like, it's probably clear. I didn't see anything else, but you know how that goes. and I'll go into Tunnel Fighter stance with my bonus action.
All right. At the end of your turn, man, okay? This man is smart. It's a huge gamble, but I think that the alternative is that he just dies.
He should let it get back to my turn, so I can just start waterboarding him. Because that's the only thing that I think we can do is make him feel like he's suffocating, so that he stops
Let it get
concentrating.
to his turn, so I can take my turn.
He has to. If he doesn't, it's game over for him, and he knows it. He begins to cast a spell as a legendary.
I don't have my reaction back yet, I think.
Did
I? Was there a... No, I don't think there was a counter.
I wonder, is there like a self-destruct spell? Can he just blow himself up? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it was my turn and there was no...
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
no
I don't
reaction.
think you've
I
countered.
counter spell!
God damn it. Yeah, the spell fizzles. And that means it gets to his turn.
Can I use my reaction to see what spell it was? Was it a
Absolutely.
self-destruct spell?
Hit me with an Arcana check.
Damn it!
Hard to say. Probably a self-destruct.
She was gonna pull a golem.
It gets around to his turn, and you see that this frantic but calculated planning, this mind puzzling, this viewing this situation almost like a strategy game, suddenly just stops. His expression goes blank. He looks over to Moat and raises his hand. He drops the spellcasting component, which kind of clatters to the ground, and for this first time, speak. In kind of it's got a very strong draconic accent to it, but it is common. I yield. And that's his entire turn.
On his turn, I'll take my action, if I may,
Sure.
to make the longest shot I've made to date. I reach a hand out and touch him on his forehead, and I attempt to cleansing touch him and remove that spell from him.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know if submissive counts as willing. Fucking
Absolutely it
beautiful.
does. Yeah. He is submissive. He's compliant. He allows this to happen. And you can feel yourself connect. There's no checks or anything, right?
Nope, cleansing touch just happens.
Yep. You can feel yourself connect to a very powerful spell. And with just a wisp and a pull, it disappears.
Fucking,
Mo!
fucking get this guy some inspiration.
Absolutely.
Oh, you beautiful man!
Absolutely. Take some inspiration. That was a lot of setup for this, and it worked very well.
Not even just that, but this entire combat, you've done so much. They can't teleport. They just can't even be happy.
Yeah!
No happiness.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
The turn ends. He looks around frantic, realizes what's happened.
But he can't see.
But he can't do anything. He's in the dark, yeah.
Death will be swift,
Nomad,
don't worry.
it is your turn.
I just start
I've
whispering death into his ear over and over again.
I've lost so much mana over this guy. I'm just gonna, like, pull
Just
out a
brain.
gun.
Fucking do it, man.
Which is just like finger guns. And what, he can't see me, so this doesn't have disadvantage? I guess.
Oh no! What type of damage?
Thunder.
Thunder. You feel it resonates against him. He takes half. But you can feel that it connects, and you can kind of hear the body fall backwards and clatter.
Hey,
he has
it
taken
worked.
damage.
He can be damaged. He can die.
Am I like surfing on his body right now?
I assume you're kind of standing over him.
I kind of was like he's the size bigger than me, so I can mount him.
If he's willing, which he was for a split second, I guess, if you had readied some movement. Anything else, Nomad?
That's it.
Alright.
I just say he's vulnerable now.
Fuck me. Does he even have anything he can use without being able to see?
He can use this action to try to break the restraint if he wants to.
He could.
It's a DC 19 strength check.
He's already used that. Oh my god, he's used everything.
Was
Yeah.
it his turn?
No, it's a legendary action, sorry.
Okay.
He is going to reach to the closest thing that he can feel, which is Ace. And he's gonna try to fire a shot. This has disadvantage for 17 million reasons.
And he's also baned.
Does a right, fuck me.
So no, it doesn't.
14. Alright, excellent. That brings us to Moat's turn.
There you go.
Hold on, he's coming back from the bathroom.
Oh.
No, he just went downstairs.
On the one hand, he's probably gonna die, but on the other hand, I wouldn't dare rob Moat of this kill after all the
Yeah.
setup
Oh,
he's
yeah.
done for it.
It's brilliant. Fucking.
I think he went to go grab a slice of pizza, so he should be back in a few seconds.
Okay.
Pizza sounds so good.
Can I just roll shots just to chase the rabbit if anything
Absolutely.
else?
Yeah. And like if you roll enough to kill him, then we'll go
So
on as
impressed.
if he's dead.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna steal. I'm not gonna steal this from Moat. I just want to like, you know,
Sure, just see.
shoot things because I like to. God, it takes so much to go through that.
That's what I was saying. like, the
This
past
one probably
24
would have
minutes
missed.
of it.
This would have been a 14 to hit because those are all shit rolls.
Yeah, those were shit rolls, and it's a shame too because it's force.
I mean, there's no one to bounce it to.
Doesn't well you.
Oh yeah. Oh, because it would have done the
Yeah,
cool.
you'd be aware he seems to be resistant to all other magic, but vulnerable to force.
This one would have been it. Okay. Anyways, yeah. No, well, I was just rolling to chase the rabbit.
Excellent.
He's back.
Let's take some attacks.
think
That will do it. Having kind of gotten him to lower his invulnerability, you take a swing, and the head just kind of rolls off, and everything goes quiet. Ace, you're able to see that he is dead, and presumably kind of step away so that everybody just doesn't dogpile onto you.
I scramble for the head and try to wring it for mana.
Ring it for mana. I don't know how that works, but I like it.
Just kind of shake it into my mouth. Come on, give me some.
Gross.
You wasted so much.
With him dead, you can see that the last few bits of the robot are still kind of dissolving away into this fine silvery powder. The body to the southwest of the room has kind of melted fully into just this slush that is slowly turning into a pool or a puddle of water that spreads across the concrete floor of this lab. And his body remains here. No strange changes except that it's been beheaded. You can see the Weaver's Cult robes, the eye with the spider web emblazoned across his chest. A kind of cruel black dagger has fallen to his side, presumably his spellcasting focus.
Oh, another
Ooh.
void dragon thing. Vasu, anything magic on?
You can definitely see that the dagger is magical. You can also see that this box here against the north side of the room has a number of magical controls to it. They don't make a ton of sense to you, but it looks like some sort of an arcana mechanical box or device of some sort.
Does it make sense to Ace or Nomad?
Go ahead and give me Tinker's Tools. Both of you look it over very quickly and discover that it's a pretty rudimentary device that is basically a arcana mechanical breaker box or a circuit box. You can see as you study it that somebody has come in here and pulled out a power core intentionally and recently. And
Power core or power cord?
Power core. So
Okay.
in other words, somebody has recently drawn a bunch of power out of this building.
Does it look like it's the canister shape?
The canister doesn't seem to be the right shape for it. You can see, however, that there are some kind of flashing indicators which show that several things that were still receiving power are no longer, and that power is being rerouted. And you can also get kind of a rough gauge for how close you are to being able to repower that teleportation pad. You're able to discern that... let's see. It's at about 60% power currently.
Can I flick a few switches and just turn off other parts of the building and just put power here? That's how fuse boxes work, right?
What
I'm
was
not sure.
your 34?
Yeah,
You. Yes, you kind of get the sense that some things can be turned on and off remotely. Specifically, the conference room can be turned on and off remotely. The kitchen can be turned on and off remotely, although you guys have already kind of hard disabled that. You can see that there are several switches for rooms that are labeled basement resources. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 of those. There is a room labeled breaking room and a room labeled vault. The breaking room and the vault cannot be turned off from here. They are kind of set to always be on, like they're foundational or they're very important. But
Gotcha.
you can turn off all of the other ones.
The basement rooms are probably being used to, like, I don't know, keep alive the slaves, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Are we going down there to take on the other person, I guess?
Well, I think Anton's up, so
Yeah,
That's true.
would rather still let's get the people downstairs and get them out of here.
Yeah.
Don't do much good to kill Anton if we don't
yeah.
save these people along the way.
I guess this is this. If we have to go, if we can only choose to do one, do we go down, go up?
If
Seems
we can only choose one, then Anton. But
You mind if I
there's
have
a reason we can't
breakfast?
do both. No, I think it'd be a good idea. We need to figure out what the fuck these people were doing here. He kind of points at the symbol on their robes.
Yeah.
We didn't know they were in cahoots and all this, I don't think. Who knows?
Apparently, they're
People.
all connected. He flicked the switches to all the non-essential places, except, like, I guess the bottom, in case slaves needed to survive.
Excellent.
And we don't want to alert them that we're coming down.
All right, you
How
can
much
hear.
percentage would...
Let's see. When you turn that off and you turn off those, that does bump it up to about 70% or so.
Okay, so we'll have to do manually.
Important question. This can be disabled from here. Do you disable this from here?
You know what? We might have to fight that one if we disable it. But it will help a lot.
before he does that, can I check out these 2 rooms real quick?
Yes. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Here, I'll help you out. Might as well. Not flipping all the switches. You see anything weird?
Okay. As you begin digging through all this, the first thing that you find is a large crate that is filled with burnt ashes of paper, records that have been burnt very deliberately, it seems. However,
Freshly burnt?
pretty freshly, probably in the past 24 hours or so, but not like still warm to the touch or anything like that.
Gotcha.
However, with your check, you discover a secret compartment that is kind of buried under the underside of the big desk out in the main area, or in this room in the bottom right. Inside of there, you first of all find some platinum to the tune of 320 gold pieces.
Just put that in par de loot.
You find 2 pretty dense pink stones. Let me write those.
You said 320?
Yes.
This could be useful.
It has been added.
And you find a contract written on very nice vellum. It does have kind of a faint buzz to it, like it is magical. Vasu, standing in the doorway, can see a little bit of a glimmer of a magical sheen off of it. And it is a contract that appears to have been signed by Ozymandias, Xenanos, and Anton.
Oh damn!
Which Aussie is that?
That's the Aussie, like
Ozzy,
the
Ozzy,
Ozymandias.
Ozzy, Ozzy Daddy.
Big Aussie daddy.
Ozzy
Aussie
Prime.
granddaddy.
They're in
Aussie
major
Prime. Aussie Prime.
cahoots.
You're in real serious cahoots.
Um,
This fella right here signed a contract.
We know his name. I
What
don't
is
think
the
his name.
contract about?
you take some time to study what the contract was actually about with that investigation roll. I always get your characters confused. Is this guy a lawyer at all?
Oh, no, this one's not the lawyer.
Okay. Still, that's a good investigation check. You speak English, you know how to read, and you're very intelligent.
I'm an actual lawyer, though.
There it is. I knew that there was a lawyer in this party. Yeah, there's always a lawyer. Every party needs a lawyer, always.
Oh, is Nomad a lawyer?
Law books, yeah.
I think that is an important part of any.
I meant more like
Lucius
Lucius has like the plaintiff background, like he's like by background of lawyer.
It's
Oh, my God.
It's the classic Gygax quintet. You've got the fighter, the ranger, the wizard, the cleric, and the lawyer. After you study
Usually
this,
called the face, but okay.
yeah, true. You get the understanding that, first of all, there is some strong magic attached to this. This is a supremely binding contract. They're something along the lines of a Gaius, but stronger, deeper.
Smells very homo too, I can tell.
The basic gist of the contract is that Anton, working with the NSS, but kind of in a position of power over them, were responsible for amassing a truly unfathomable quantity of gold. We're talking billions of gold. This gold was going to be used to perform a very ancient and primal ritual to the goddess Joaquin, a god of wealth, of commerce. And in exchange for that ritual, Joaquin was going to bestow upon them, or at least according to the legend, according to the lore, to the diviner, a mythical artifact called Doubt's Thorn. In exchange for Anton's participation in this, and in exchange for giving Doubt's Thorn to Ozymandias, Ozymandias had assigned one of his top researchers, one of his top artificers, Exonanos, who you are able to kind of deduce is the dude that you just killed, who would serve Anton. He would supply him with ancient technology, with the understanding that he would not explain it, he wouldn't explain where it came from, he wouldn't explain how it works, he would just install it, maintain it, operate it, and basically keep things running for Anton, without actually, selling the technology to him. This technology would power the Wandering Sun, it would power the Storm Titan, and it would be used to power a lot of their operations, including a number of devices that he describes as breaker beads. That it wouldn't describe what the breaker beads do. But basically, the gist of the story is Ozymandias gives technology, Anton does this big money-gathering thing to perform a ritual and get an artifact, and then they trade.
What is this artifact? Have you heard of it before? Has Nomad heard of it before?
Somebody could give me a religion or an arcana check. Religion will probably be a little
Can
bit
I
better.
help Nomad make a religion check?
Are you proficient?
I am.
Yeah, sure.
I just start saying names, religious names, over and over again to help.
That's
This
helping.
Joaquin.
is something that Nomad has almost certainly discovered in his quest to learn about becoming a god, because it seems somewhat pertinent. Doubt's Thorn is a mythical primal relic, a time from times past, an artifact even to the gods themselves. It is rumored to be a dagger, although it's unclear whether it even has a real physical form or if it's more of a metaphysical thing. But it is apparently a dagger that can hurt and even kill the gods. There are a couple of stories of Doubt's Thorn being used in times long past to stab a god and obtain a drop of god's blood, which is a tremendously powerful magical catalyst. It can be used to birth a hero, to birth a demigod, to perform rituals to ascend to godhood. It is a big old magical Deus Ex, or not that word. What am I looking for? MacGuffin. It is just an incredibly powerful ancient artifact that can be used to damage gods, obtain their blood, and then use that blood for powerful arcane rituals.
And this one god is just so greedy and just buyable. You can just give him a whole bunch of money. He'll be like, "Yep, here you go. Have fun."
Yeah, and one of the
There
reasons
has to be gods like that.
Yeah, and one of the reasons that Nomad knows this with that really good religion check is there are only like 2 or 3 instances in humankind's record keeping of Doubt's Thorn ever being used. But it's like a 50-50 split between killing an unwilling god and working out a deal with a god who's like, yeah, sure, you can have some of my blood if you give me something that I want. And it would track that Joaquin, the goddess of wealth and commerce, would respect the amassment of the truly unfathomable amount of gold that is detailed in this contract. It is something to the tune of like 6.2 billion gold.
I guess that's what they need all the slaves for, and pushing this product.
It's okay.
But
This
then
empire
who's-
ends soon.
Then who's looking to be?
We
a
don't
god
know-
in
we
this
don't know how
scenario?
close they were.
Ozymandias?
Would
We
you
don't
like
know
me to ask? I gesture at Exodus.
I mean, that seems, I guess, obvious enough. If Ozymandias is doing all this to get this here dagger, then he probably wants to use it to be a god, but it couldn't hurt to know the specifics, I suppose.
Right. So we have things that we can do. One, we question this guy. I can do it twice. I can eat his brain, and then I can ask his skull questions that he can't lie about. That only he would know.
I think
And
that's
we also have this thing. To remove if ever we want to reroute more power.
Yeah,
The
we can let him.
teleportation pad.
He seems like he just wants to go outside. And
Yeah, but he seems really angry.
didn't he like
yeah,
stop
he's-
messing with us after a while and got bored?
I think it was more got frustrated that his claws weren't tearing us to ribbons like he expected them to. I
Yeah.
think as soon as they started working, he'd be more than happy to put them to use.
Well, wait,
And
Nomad,
there's-
do you still have that? Do you still have that lamp from outside? Maybe we could
I do.
route some power into it, and we could just push him out the door, so he can just go outside or go back into the balloon.
Well, the only way I think I can think of powering it is using one of those stones we just found. And that's going to take time. Another thing we can do is maybe you can't be seen, right?
When I walked past him, did he look like he could see me?
He noticed an orb of darkness walking by. He didn't
Yeah.
make eye contact with you.
Yeah.
Is the hallway dark?
Yes, the outer hallway is dark.
So if we turn out the lights here and it goes to dim light and Ace just doesn't have a globe of like shadow around him, there's no way to notice him.
Seems reasonable, yep.
You just like pew pew pew
Maybe Ace, you could just
pew pew pew.
you could just like either pew 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 this thing or remove it and then just kind of lead that guy will probably find his way out. I don't know. We do have people here we don't want to run into it. Like we have Nordo's family. We don't want this thing running into
Does anyone have the ability to just banish it back to the plane of Raijunus?
unprepared right now, unfortunately. I think Flick might, but not in this current body.
Mo, you look like you could banish someone.
Can you banish this one, Moat?
In theory, if I could prepare new spells.
Wait, does the water over here give you the effects of a short rest, such as being able to switch out spells?
I'd rule
If
that
you're prepared?
I'd rule that it would let you re-prepare if you wanted, yeah. I think prepared casters should be better than everyone else.
Of course. you
Oh. It's so much work to re-prepare, though.
do. No, it's not. It takes an hour. Like,
Oh no, it's only a minute. It's a minute per spell level. It's so easy, you wouldn't believe it.
Is it really?
No, I mean meta. Oh my
I
god!
see
I
what
have
you're
to
saying,
decide what fucking spell to do. Now. I was just happy with this.
I mean, also, like, if I kill him, he just returns to his home plane. Isn't that how things work with
No, that's just the way it
elementals?
works with angels and like demons. Apparently,
Elementals.
elementals just fucking disperse. That's
Is
what
that
we
true?
learned last time, right? Or do you? That's a thing we
Yeah, you guys are
didn't
both very
list
good
down
at
on our
Arcana.
roll. You want me to roll again? Yeah.
You have Vasu, the literal locust. He
Yeah.
would tell you that most elementals, they disperse. If they have developed a strong personality, there's a chance that they might get pulled back, kind of like a demon does. But even that is very, very, very. They're not like demons. They don't go back to hell when they die. They just disperse into raw energy, like like what's his face from what's that show?
Raw elemental energy.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I-
Captain.
the ice cream,
Planet?
the ice cream Jenny, whose name Busrier, who I
Oh,
love with all of my
Busrar,
heart.
yeah.
Busrar, that's right.
Love him.
I can't
So,
do that accent at all. Or I
are we
would.
against
Yeah,
just killing him? It just seems faster and safer for our people.
it also seems more humane to just kill it.
Yeah. Also, if it's like, yeah,
But you know, if it can be released with everyone else, I'm not into killing
I
slaves
think
because
the
it's
big problem
killing
is
a
going to
slave
be
as
is
well.
it's going to be trapped in here because the front door is blocked by both of the lamps, so we couldn't even get it through to the balloon.
I
It's true.
tried to, even with my ability to talk with animals and all that, it didn't have. It seemed like a wild dog, and had nothing to do with a wild dog but put it down.
Nod,
Alright.
nod.
Yeah, I'm okay with getting ready and just pew 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 pew.
Still, before we head up, I do want to go down and get the rest of the slaves out under the thumb of whatever his name is.
I'm
Or
thinking more time. Like Anton is getting like can I sense if he's getting any further?
That doesn't seem to be the case. I guess give me a wisdom check to see how specific you can get.
Yeah. See if he's like turned into a physical body again.
He appears to be in roughly the same location. It doesn't seem that he is moving or has moved, and you kind of ping a few times over the course of a couple minutes, and he seems to be not really moving at all.
I'm just saying, if he's was running up to get on his ship and sail away fast as he could, he'd be gone by now. If
He's
ain't
not
gonna
running
take us,
anywhere.
ain't gonna take us more than a couple minutes, I wouldn't think, to go down there and. Well, what can you tell us about this fella, Leah? This Ernok?
She begins to speak up, but before anything comes out, there is once again a boom that passes through the entire thing. I need a charisma saving throw from Vasu.
He might be.
He might be
Yeah.
dead. I know he had a taco experience.
Vomiting again.
Yeah.
Taco experience. Gross.
Is he near Moat?
Um,
I mean, like at this point, we know that every hour this happens.
yeah, I'll throw his bonus on there.
Oh, I
What's your bonus? 5?
don't know if helps.
Yeah, 5.
With a
And
50.
then is he still part of Unity with Unordo?
No, it's been gone for a while.
Boy, anybody? Let's see. Has he got anything else for this?
I'll give him my inspiration.
He's got time and soul if he needs it.
Oh,
That's true. He does have Diamond Soul. We'll try
Let's
that
see
first.
if he can use
yeah.
that. I don't know how much.
This is
know
a
how much
long
heal he
shot.
has.
Is this a divination spell?
It is not.
No, it's like a
Mind
mind
control.
spell or something.
I'm assuming.
I think it's probably a banish.
Diamond Soul is in that one, unless you have any way to give him advantage on that reroll.
Give him fucking my inspiration. I've been holding on to it.
There is a moment where this pulse, this time, rather than coming from the side, as it was when you were approaching, seems to come from directly above. You can almost see him pancake flat as this wave of force just billows down from the ceiling. And as it does, you can almost see Bjarl just ripped out of his back. You see the four arms go flying backwards, ragdoll against a wall. Vasu kind of tumbles a bit. For a couple of seconds, he sits there struggling to maintain his composure. Deep breaths at first that he eventually kind of paces and he calms himself. He focuses on his training, on his control, on his mastery. And with a little help from Moat and a little help from Nomad, he is eventually able to regain control of himself. It is very apparent to him that whatever this pulse is, it wants to rip control of Bjarl away from him.
We don't have much time.
Yeah, we probably should take care of Anton first, then.
Oh shit!
And that happens
That's
every
a
hour,
wisdom
right?
saving throw, not a charisma.
Oh, you're right. What would the difference be?
What's the difference?
He has +6 versus +11, so 5.
15. What's
Oh.
Moat's aura? Is 20?
Plus 5.
20 is good. 20.
Oh,
20.
Oh, exactly.
20 is
Sorry.
the DC.
So close.
So you would know that once every hour there is a pulse that is trying desperately to rip Bjarl out of Vasu and wrest control away from him.
Can wrapping
Means-
him in lead? Will wrapping him in lead help?
I don't think it does. I'll double check, but I don't think that would.
He's immune to poison anyway.
All right,
Means
do we
we've
want to take
got an
care?
hour, so we need to move quick.
Yeah, do we want to go ahead and take care of this boy over here?
Let's
Yeah.
start with that.
Yeah. Might as well, right?
All right. So the important
Yeah.
question.
You guys might want to not be over here. That way, I can hoard it for a while in the darkness.
I don't know if you can like hit it in this state. Maybe you can. I'm not sure if it's corporeal.
Right. So an important question here is, how do you do this? Do you manually flip the switch to turn off that control device, or do you go out here with it still active?
Oh.
Notably, the control device is emitting light.
I guess I could just. It's just tied up, right? Maybe we could just kill it while it's. I could just kill it with range attack while it's tied up, or is that? Or do you think, is that?
Hurt it.
Huh? Or does it look like that is keeping it not physical?
Something is making it so that everything you do goes through it. You're not entirely sure what is.
To the little fairling.
Yep. Like Nordo tried to kind of swing at it once or twice. I don't even think he tried to swing. He just
Yeah, I
tried to
never
touch
tried to hit it.
Oh, that's right. It tried to attack him. Yeah. Okay.
He's got a misty form that you would recognize with your monocle is very similar to the form that Anton has been taking on.
Does it seem caused by this?
A projection.
Does it seem caused by this tether?
You could get close and try to study it. It would be very hard to tell, but you could try. You could give me a
Okay. I mean, I guess I could. I mean, it can't hit anyone, and I'm in an orb of darkness. So I'm just gonna skirt across the wall slowly. Every time he's not looking, you just get separate closer and closer until I'm close enough.
There's definitely a point where this creature notices an orb of darkness kind of skulking up, and it kind of like turns and bats at it a few times. And thankfully, you see that these these lightning-tipped, razor-sharp claws just go kind of straight through you. You feel a faint rush of wind. You can kind of feel just echoes of what this thing is trying to do to you, but it eventually realizes that, it can't interact with you, you can't interact with it, and it gives up.
Alright, I'm gonna make my control check.
Yeah, go and study this thing for a bit. Carefully scrutinizing it. First of all, it's hard to determine the exact mechanics without actually dissecting it, which would require you to power it off. However, just from observation from here, without dismantling it, you do see that in addition to a large pink power source, there are some elements of blue and white here, which are not that's typically not anything to do with like control at all. They're clearly causing some other effect. And you would know that white is air and blue is kind of like fluidity and peace. So it tracks that maybe this thing is also responsible for the weird kind of, intangible form that it's taking.
I have a weird question.
Actually, I'm gonna try something.
All right.
I'm gonna put everything in my bag of holding into my backpack, and I'm gonna try to scoop him up in my bag of holding and see if I can just trap him in there since he's just air.
While you're trying that, what was your question, Nomad?
Oh no, let's do this first because this might not need to happen.
Yeah, you kind of like SpongeBob with a butterfly net, just try to like scoop some of this thing into the bag. And it is bizarre. You kind of see that there's like a wispy bit that fades away, almost like you've taken. It's like somebody's made a cool like vape ring. I say cool. There's nothing cool about vaping. It's like somebody has made a vape ring, and then you kind of like bat your hand at it, and it kind of like disperses for a moment. But you see that after a second or two, it kind of just reforms. The effect that you've had is
better idea.
small.
I have a better idea. I'm gonna turn off my darkness, or turn so I can be visible, and I'm gonna take like, I don't know, something a cat would like to play with. I'll just pull out. I'll just take some feathers out, and I'll like dangle them on a string, and I'm gonna like dangle them inside the bag and see if I can get him to just go inside of the bag.
So, a small bird is a perfect toy for a giant cat to play with, and it immediately, when the darkness drops, it's renewed its attention in you. It starts trying to devour you. It bats at you a few times. There's a few times where it kind of like rears back and does this pulsing roar.
And then I'm just gonna, in Anton's voice, be like, "No, sit."
Doesn't seem to care at all about. Well, give me. No, there's no way. Like no roll would make that happen. He does not seem to obey that order.
I don't think it's trained.
You kind of hold up the bag and just try to
I'm gonna like lay it on the ground and kind of like open it like it's a little thing he can climb into, and I'm gonna like dangle the feather in there and just try to get his attention into the bag.
Somewhere in the back of your head, you're just kind of reminded that your mom might be seeing this happening, and she might be fucking terrified at what's going on right now. As you like use yourself as live bait for this giant lion. But all the same, it bats at you, and every now and then you see like a rush of wind kind of dips into the bag. Sometimes it pulls back out. There's never a point where like the whole damn lion gets sucked into the bag.
Can I try climbing into the bag and see if I can get him to follow
you climb
me?
in. And as you're sitting inside of the bag, you see that like this big old windy lion's arm kind of reaches in and it starts clawing around inside of the bag. Some of the lighter items that you've got in there are tossed around by this gentle breeze.
Oh, I emptied it out first.
Oh, perfect. But yeah, it's able to get in up to its forearm. There's a point where it kind of like presses its face through, and like a cat in a tube sock or under a blanket or whatever.
I start making like squeaking noises like a dying animal.
You know what? Give me animal handling, and just a flat luck check.
Could I sell you on performance instead?
Yes, to make yourself look delicious, absolutely.
Oh,
Can't you, right? Don't you get advantage?
Oh yeah. I think my minimum.
Double it.
My
minimum's 14.
Unfortunately, as much as I love this plan, every time that he like commits to getting deeper into the bag, you see that he kind of like gets a little bit of the way in, and then just kind of disperses back into wind and kind of reforms outside the bag. It just seems that he's not able to escape his bond, his tether.
Okay, well it was worth a try. I'll just get back out, get my bag, my darkness back up, and all that.
Right, hold on. Let me figure if I can do something about this. Here's the weird question. May I hotwire this power source? Because when I remove like the crystal elements before, they're connected with wires.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could use the mana siphon bracelets to connect it somewhat with some of the length of wire I have collected from the lamp outside, using the mana siphon bracelets to these two pink stones as a power source.
Interesting.
So that this is like portable.
Yes. Okay, so if I understand correctly, the idea is you disconnect this from the real main power source, and then you run it off of these pink stone batteries so that you're diverting energy, but this thing doesn't get loose. Is that the idea?
Yeah. Even if it's just temporary, enough for like I know if I know I can do it, then I'll do it. After we finish getting the stuff downstairs.
I love this. Give me a Tinker's Tools check to see if this would be possible in your opinion.
Sure. You're Ace. Do you think this is possible?
Do you think so?
I need your second opinion. And then you could help me. That's all. 38.
God damn it. You're gonna have to go fast. there's going to be a point, like, you're going to have to rip this thing out of the ground, cut the wire, and then do a little bit of Tinker's Tools work to, like, make a coil and then tether the connection and then wrap it. It's going to take a few seconds, during which time this thing will not be tethered, whatever that
I
means.
have an idea.
But
Okay.
it does seem possible. It seems doable.
I
What we
can
should
take
do
a few
is you
hits.
should only what we should do is we should both leave around the corner, and then I will walk over here, and you will just walk behind the darkness. And then while you're over there, I will walk over to him and body block you with darkness so he can't see, and keep him from seeing the things even over there. And he'll be distracted by me as the darkness. And I'll just like stick out this little. Actually, Nordo, can I borrow your fishing pole?
But I can't see in the dark.
No. I'm going to stand here between him and you. And then if
Yeah.
Mordo lets me borrow his fishing pole, I'll stick these feathers there, and I
Yeah.
will just keep casting and reeling it back in, casting and reeling back in.
Yeah.
Catfishing.
Yeah, so the batteries are going to drain fast in less than a minute, basically. So I'd like to save this for, like, I'd like to do the work, but then, like, disconnect it when we're about to go here.
Yep.
Like, when we're done with the basement.
Yeah, so you're kind of saving
But-
this plan
yeah.
for the last.
Yeah, so I'd like to do the work now. That way, like, even if it's free for, like, a minute, like, a few seconds, I'm willing to take, like, a swipe.
Sure.
Because
Absolutely.
look at me, I'm a fucking tech.
Yeah, with the net 2038, you're able to do as much of the work ahead of time as possible. There's still going to be like a check or two to rip it up and then get it. Like, there's some of the work that you can't do until you rip it out, but you do
Yeah.
everything that you can leading up to that point, so it'll be as fast as possible. And you do
Yeah.
a very thorough job of that with a nat 20 for fucking 38.
There, so this is prepared. We can leave it here for now. We can come back after we've saved the people downstairs. Does that sound alright?
I think so.
Let's go.
Let's go. This is a problem for later.
I'll after that moment with Fasu, I will ask Leah again. What
Right.
can you tell me about this fella?
I don't know the name Ernok, but it sounds like he has filled my old shoes. Which means he's the breaker now. I mean, it is what it sounds like on the 10. Anton would sometimes find people that caught his eye that he thought would be useful. Either to, serve here in the manor, or to serve out on the field as his commanders and generals. But he needed to ensure loyalty. So down in the basement is where he would break us. I went down there. I was there for several years. And once he had finished breaking me, it was my job to start breaking other people. Part of it, anyway. It'll be violent. There will be magic involved. There are these things, and she kind of holds out her hand and does this motion as if she's like trying to visualize the object in her hand. They made us wear these collars that had these like gems in them, pink gems, and they hurt. We couldn't take them off, but anytime we disobeyed, anytime we balked at an order, even if we just thought about disobeying, it would hurt us. And they used those to control us. We'll probably run into those down there.
Guess those are the breaker beads from that contract.
Contract?
Yeah. So we found some papers what said Anton was working with this feller here with the spiderweb shirt who's they're all in some sort of cult but I don't really understand, and then also with a dragon, the dead dragon, what lives in the weave now, I guess. I don't really understand it all, but part of it was they were getting something called breaker beads out of the deal. Just sounds right.
Well, if this undead dragon is where those beads came from, then he can rot in hell.
Now we're gonna make good and damn sure of that before it's all said and done. Hana, will you keep Teriyaki safe? And just hide in the kitchen, something till we come back up. All right, we'll be back before long.
Yeah, I'll try to keep him safe. We'll pretend like we didn't see you at all, just in case things don't go well down there. You're very brave.
Nord will come and like put a hand on her shoulder. Say, we'll be back. I promise you.
She gets a little teary-eyed. Is this for real this time? I'm sorry that it wasn't you, but your dad promised too.
I promise. For real. And I don't know how to say this in a way that's going to make any sense, so I'll just say it. He's here, too, with me. He's here.
Of course. You kind of, with your passive insight, get the sense that she doesn't quite understand the literal meaning of what you're saying, and she kind of puts a hand on your chest and says, "Oh, I know, and I'll remember him forever too."
Yeah, he knows that he's never ever going to be able to explain this in a way that makes sense, so that's good enough for him.
You've got his spirit and his courage. I hope you can do what he couldn't. She kind of pats you on the back and hands you the knife that she's been holding on to. Realizes that you've got a much bigger weapon. Yeah.
So you better hold on to that.
That's not a knife.
And she kind of heads back into the kitchen to, stay safe and out of the way. Ace, what's up?
Ace just after that walks up to Nordo and is like, I know this is kind of a sensitive moment, and I don't want to seem insensitive, but I really think she'd look a lot cooler if you painted some flames on her leg, you know?
I didn't want to seem insensitive, but I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm glad you were too.
You think she will notice?
There'll be plenty of time for painting once we get her out of this place, her and everybody else down there.
She's gonna look so badass.
Really is going to be pretty fucking cool.
Alright, you guys head down the stairs?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Right.
Where? Oh, over here.
As you begin to make your way down the stairs, there is just a horrible smell that greets you first. It smells like a dungeon.
I like how I could hear Sochi in the background as you said smell.
Yeah. There's the faint orange light of some flickering torches, not magical as best as you can tell. Just good old-fashioned sconces and torches hanging from the ceiling. And you can hear just kind of the sounds of electrical cracking and magical energy. The sound of metal chains kind of jangling. And you can hear kind of just screams of pain. It's clear that somebody down here is in the process of being broken. And as you kind of step down to the bottom, are you guys attempting to be stealthy at all, or doing anything unusual as you enter?
I'll do stealthy because I can move at full speed being stealthy.
A quick question.
Yes.
Did the control panel have access to the breaker beads?
It does not. It seems that those are not connected to this.
Yeah, those are different facilities.
Wait, hang on a second. Let me double check my notes. I might be lying straight to your face.
Yeah, you mentioned that there were slave basement facilities. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, the slave facilities each have a tab, and those can be turned on and off. There is an indicator light for. It's not labeled, but you did a really good check, and you have good deductive reasoning. It seems reasonable that there is some sort of a device down in the basement that cannot be turned off from here. It seems foundational, like it's never meant to be turned off. So it's reasonable to think that is drawing power from the fortress.
Yeah. Let's go. We know our objectives.
How long do you think this is going to take us? Should I keep my hunter's mark on Anton, or is it gonna? Or I could give us pass without a trace.
I'd say keep it on Anton. I don't want to lose that if it's all the same to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
it also just means that I can't use it in combat.
Yeah. Honestly, let's just fucking rush, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll still do it
Any
stealthy
reason to be
because I don't
subtle
have to be sneaky.
Yep.
Let's run down there screaming. I tie the head to my belt.
Alright, You guys,
I'm going to go ahead and do a couple things before we run down the stairs.
sure.
First will be we are Union,
Oh.
and the second, Nordo, his little bracelet that he has with all the symbols of everybody. The moat symbol kind of
Adra?
flares bright white for a moment. Whatever his like symbol is from literally the Crosswinds logo is what this
Oh,
thing has in
cool.
it. And I'll use Moat's flame shield.
Oh, excellent.
I'll choose warm. All right, and then I'm ready.
Excellent. And you guys are literally like running down the stairs straight?
Oh yeah.
Okay, excellent. You guys come storming down the stairs, and sure enough, as the first few of you kind of get down to the bottom of this flight, you find yourself in just a terrible dungeon cellar. You can see that immediately to your left is kind of a long hallway, and there are a bunch of what look like prison doors, presumably that lead to slave cells, running down that length. But directly in front of you is a chamber that is filled with various instruments of torture. In one of those instruments of torture is what appears to be a Minotaur man who just has this weary, broken look on his face. You can see that he's got one of these collars around his neck. Across his back are lashes that are... whips are deadly weapons to begin with, but this looks like more than just a whip. There are deep, severe lacerations, heavy pools of blood all around. And you can see the cause of it, because standing, looming over him, easily 13 or 14 feet tall, is what appears to be a just mangy, patchy, wolf-like, a werewolf, an enormous werewolf, who has an assortment of just chains and instruments of torture all over him. But in one hand, unfurls an Arumi, a whip sword. It is literally like a flail or a cat of nine tails. But rather than leather bands, it is thin strips of slicing sharp metal. And
It
seeing,
looks like an Arumi?
it looks like an Arumi. It is an Arumi. And seeing that you guys just come charging down the stairs, his head snaps back around. And he starts to say, like, they told me you might come. But, like, you guys just charge the fuck into battle. He gives up on that and just laughs and just comes barreling straight back at you guys.
Sweet.
Fucking sick.
If Vasu were still alive, bless his soul, he'd be so horny right now.
Oh, yeah. And it is like Cordatil will probably save this for next week.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then we're gonna fucking kill this guy.
Hell yeah.
I have such low mana, but my eyes are peeled for them facilities.
You can see them almost immediately. You can see that in the back room, or the back corner of this room, there is a large device with a very large pink stone.
Oh, cool.
That it looks like a giant fucking power source. It looks very obvious to you. You can also see that to the side there is a very large metal door. It does not look like a prison door. It almost looks more like a bank vault door. It is heavy. It appears to be a tremendously high security door of some sort.
Cha-ching!
But
Probably
yeah,
just slaves in there.
you guys can throw yourselves where you want in the map, and then this is where we'll pick up next week.
Should we roll initiative?
We'll save it just because I think Vasu is having a accident.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have Flick back next week.
Sweet.
Crispy. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna bounce.
Have a good night.
Same.
Have a good night.
Everybody. See y'all.
Good night.
Night.
Is Vasu okay? Is he still in the bathroom?
He maybe did.
Alright. Good night, guys.
Night.
Night.